Hello guys, Nemogz here, and today we are diving into What If Naruto Was an Uchiha Part 13. Before I start, remember to like and subscribe to my channel and share this channel with your friends so they may experience the story as well. Also, sorry for not uploading last week as I've been doing planning for Season 2 of this story. Now without further ado, let's get started. 2 and a bit years later. In these 2 and a bit years, Naruto and Sasuke turn 11 and will be turning 12 in the coming months. During this time, Naruto and Sasuke train all the time. Before school for 2 hours, then after school for 5 hours. Every day, neither Naruto nor Sasuke slacked off during their training. Their motivation never wavered as they were both determined to become stronger and defeat Itachi. Every so often though, Naruto and Sasuke would seek advice from the third Hokage and the Uchiha library. They would frequently search the Uchiha library on training essentials and pointers for their Sharingan awakening. But sadly, even after exhausting all the possible unlocking techniques, Naruto and Sasuke still haven't awakened their Sharingan. Even though this development was a huge setback for them, they still both trained tirelessly every day. Every month or so, the third Hokage would drop by and tutor Naruto and Sasuke on their ninjutsu mastery as well as their taijutsu techniques. With the third Hokage's help and their mindset to persevere, Naruto and Sasuke were able to master many new fire-style jutsus along with some wind and lightning-style jutsus. The fire-style jutsus they were able to master include the fire-style Phoenix Flower Jutsu, the fire-style Dragon Flame Jutsu, and the fire-style Great Fireball Jutsu. Naruto was also able to master the wind-style Gale Palm along with the wind-style Great Breakthrough. And as for Sasuke, he was able to master the lightning-style Lightning Disc and the lightning-style Current Transfer. Outside of ninjutsu, Naruto and Sasuke both progressed greatly in terms of their Sharingan technique and their taijutsu. Both of them now have the physical powers and speed of novice Chunins and Shuriken techniques comparable to experienced Jonins. On top of this, Naruto and Sasuke are now able to fluidly implement ninjutsu with their Shuriken technique and their taijutsu attack, making their Shuriken throws and physical attacks even deadlier. In the academy, Naruto and Sasuke still stayed at the top of their class. They were able to complete everything the school taught them with ease and held up the title of the Sharingan twins. Just like before, Naruto and Sasuke stayed extremely popular in school. Every time the Uchihas did something, ear-piercing cheers would come from their group of fangirls, with the loudest ones being Ino and Sakura. Those two fangirls always made cheering a competition, and never wanted to stop until one of them was clearly quieter than the other. As for Naruto and Sasuke's reaction, well, they didn't care. Even Naruto, who used to occasionally flirt back, now didn't even give as much as a reaction to the fangirls' wails. During lunchtime, Naruto and Sasuke would also frequently hang out with Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba to talk about all kinds of things. Throughout this time, those 5 boys became even better bros. Whenever Naruto and Sasuke weren't training, they were spending their time with Shikamaru, Kiba, and Choji at the park, enjoying their time as kids. Now is the time of the year where Class E5 graduates. Everyone spent the past 5 years in Ninja Academy training and learning about becoming a ninja, repeating those exhausting drills and completing those mentally tiring chakra control techniques. It's finally time to graduate. Our day starts on the day of the graduation exam. 5:45 at the Uchiha compound. After a good 8 hours of rest from all the training yesterday, Naruto and Sasuke woke up to welcome a new day. Yawn. Sasuke, today's the day we become Genins. We will finally become a ninja after this, celebrates Naruto, getting up from bed. Oh, yeah, we should start training soon. We wouldn't want to arrive late for our exam, do we? Points out Sasuke, also getting up. Okay, time to go brush our teeth, says Naruto, heading to the washroom. For the next 45 minutes, Naruto and Sasuke prepare themselves as usual. They first finish their morning hygiene, like taking a shower and brushing their teeth. Then they'd cook up a simple but nutritious meal, eat it, and then pack a portion for lunch. After finishing their buckload of breakfast and refueled with energy, Naruto and Sasuke pack up their school belongings and head to train at the Uchiha training grounds. Arriving at the Uchiha training grounds, Naruto and Sasuke both take a deep breath. Another great day to train. Can't wait, says Sasuke, taking in a deep breath of fresh air while enjoying the rising sun. Yup, another day for us to get stronger, replies Naruto, doing the same as Sasuke. Come on, let's start our training, adds Naruto. After their short interaction, our Uchihas immediately start with their warm-up. First, they ran around the training grounds 20 times to get their hearts pumping and their legs warmed up. Then, they frog jumped around the training grounds another 10 times to work on their legs' explosive power as well as improve their cardio. After finishing their short warm-up or workout, Naruto and Sasuke were ready to start sparring with each other. Has Sasuke ready to lose just like yesterday? Comments Naruto with his hands in a ready position. Do you mean our evening training session? If I'm not wrong, I remember winning that one, replies Sasuke, also lowering his center of mass and readying himself for an attack. I was talking about yesterday morning, but whatever, less talking, more sparring, declares Naruto as he leaps forward at Sasuke in an impressive speed. Ha! You think I wasn't ready? Laughs Sasuke as he quickly steps to the side and avoids Naruto's charge. We'll see about that, adds Naruto as he anchors his feet on the ground while turning himself to face Sasuke. Fire style, great fireball jutsu, chants Naruto as a massive fireball rushes towards Sasuke. Sasuke, seeing the incoming fireball, fires an equal power one of his own to counter it. As the two massive fireballs clash, a small explosion occurs, covering the area with a thick dust. Taking this chance of a smokescreen, Sasuke charges in while activating his lightning-style current transfer. Naruto, still in the smoke, loses Sasuke's position and prepares himself for any incoming attacks. Calming down and closing his eyes, Naruto turns on his senses, hoping to sense Sasuke's chakra. Sensing Sasuke's position, Naruto turns around in the nick of time to block a lightning chakra-infused punch attack from Sasuke with his left hand. Ha, Naruto, your left hand is now paralyzed. Guess it's my win again, smirks Sasuke, still hidden inside the smokescreen. You think you can win against me with the same strategy? Well, I'm sorry, but I have found my solution, replies Naruto, channeling a great amount of chakra into his left hand to reduce the paralysis to a mere numbing feeling. What could he be doing? Wonders Sasuke, sensing a buildup of chakra. Here I go, declares Naruto as he starts making hand size. Wind style, great breakthrough, chants Naruto, blasting all the dust and debris away with Sasuke along with it. Boom, sounds Sasuke as he is slammed right against the biggest tree in the area. Sasuke, getting too cocky there. Just because you learned a new jutsu doesn't mean I won't. Guess I won this time, smiles Naruto as he arrives in front of Sasuke holding out his hand. Yeah, guess I got too cocky again. Anyway, good job. That jutsu was really powerful, praises Sasuke, accepting Naruto's hand and getting back up. Yup, I just mastered it yesterday. It's called the wind style great breakthrough. It is a really powerful wind style technique, but it does take some time to activate. If it wasn't for that smoke screen back there, you would have knocked me down before I even got the chance to use it, replies Naruto, looking at his left hand as he starts gaining more feeling from it. Okay, now that we are done with the spar, let's move on to our combination techniques. We should try pairing your new wind style great breakthrough with my fire style great fireball jutsu. I heard combining wind and fire techniques can give the jutsu an exponential increase in power, states Sasuke. Really? That would make the fireball so much stronger. We need to try it, replies Naruto in excitement. Coming to an understanding, both Naruto and Sasuke distanced themselves from the massive tree. Then simultaneously, they aimed and launched their respective jutsus at it. Somewhere in the middle, between Naruto and Sasuke with the tree, the two jutsus connected. The previously fast-moving fireball was now traveling at almost 1.5 times the original speed, making everything seem like a blur of red. What was even more impressive was that once the combination jutsu hit the tree, a massive explosion erupted, blasting the whole tree to smithereens. Incredible, Naruto! That jutsu got at least twice the power compared to before. Its destructive power is amazing, states Sasuke in awe of what just happened. Damn right it is. We should give it a name. What should we name it? Replies Naruto, excited at the jutsu he and Sasuke just pulled off. How about the wind style great breakthrough x the fire style great fireball jutsu, suggests Naruto. Naruto, that isn't wise. If the name of the attack describes the attack, then our opponent will know what we are doing before we even do it. Just keep it simple, and have it be combination attack 1, reminds Sasuke. Okay, fine. I guess having a cool name won't be as important. We should continue working on this combination attack though. As of right now, there's no way we can use it in a real battle. The time it takes for us to pull it off is just way too slow," adds Naruto, getting serious. For the rest of the morning, Naruto and Sasuke worked non-stop on their new combination attack, hoping to make it battle ready. 9:30 a.m. at the academy. Naruto and Sasuke, by the end of the morning training session, were able to synchronize their individual jutsus and complete their combination attack. Finally finished making their combination attack battle ready, Naruto and Sasuke leave the Uchiha training grounds, feeling extremely confident for their upcoming Genin exam. Alright class, now that everyone is here, we will be starting our annual Genin graduation exam. Just a side note, you shouldn't be discouraged for not passing. If you so happen to not pass the Genin exams, you may take the exam next year and still join a 4-man team with a Jonin teacher. Your journey to become a ninja will never be restricted, so just remember to always go after your goal and never give up, reminds Iruka in an uplifting tone. Alright, I will be calling students up by your names one at a time. When your name is called, you will walk up to perform the Henge Jutsu. The person you will be transforming into is a thorough Kage, Iruka calls out from the front of the room. Now, let's begin. Kiba Inazuka. Hearing his name getting called, Kiba jumps out of his seat and runs up to the front of the room, ready to perform his transformation jutsu. Transform! Shouts Kiba. A puff of smoke then appears, covering Kiba. As the smoke slowly dissipates, a clear resemblance of the thorough Kage could be seen, replacing Kiba. Witnessing that Kiba successfully completed the transformation jutsu, Iruka nodded and wrote something down on his notebook before calling up the next person on the list. After around 10 minutes, it was finally Naruto and Sasuke's turn. Naruto and Sasuke were called up, and as expected, the transformation was perfect. So perfect to the point that Iruka almost wanted to greet Naruto and Sasuke as the thorough Kage. After all the 4th year Ninja Academy students finished their transformation and had their performance marked, Iruka and the other teachers led the group of students to the target grounds where there were already 40 targets prepared. Alright, future Genins, as you can see before you are 40 targets set up 20 meters away. Here, you will be given 40 shurikens, with each shuriken corresponding to one of the 40 targets. Your goal is to throw as many shurikens as you can, as accurately as you can, in under 5 seconds. You will be graded on your accuracy and the number of shurikens you throw. But be warned, each shuriken you throw that misses will result in points being deducted. This test is to simulate real-life situations, as you won't have much time during a battle to aim your shots. Now, same as last time, when I called your name, please come up and take your turn, shouts Iruka, scanning his keyboard for the first name. Just like last exam, one by one, the students went up and attempted the exam. Some students decided to throw as many shurikens as possible, and some students decided to focus on hitting the target. But none of them were able to do both, as the 5-second time limit was just too less for them. Eventually, it was Naruto and Sasuke's turn, and because they had the same last name, their examination order was only one apart. Naruto went first, walking up with his hand behind his head, simply enjoying the simplicity of the challenge. Once he arrived at the throwing line, one of the teachers handed him 40 shurikens. Iruka-sensei, we aren't going to be marked on the time it takes to hit the targets, right? Asked Naruto, fitting the shurikens into his belt. That is correct. As long as you throw all the shurikens and hit each bullseye within the time limit, you will receive full marks, answers Iruka, holding the stopwatch in his hand. Okay, I understand now, replies Naruto. I'm ready to start, adds Naruto. Okay, Naruto, the timer starts now, says Iruka, starting the timer. Time passes, and soon Naruto's 5-second time limit is almost up. Yet, for some reason, Naruto still hasn't made any attempt to throw the shurikens. Seeing that he has only 1 second left, Naruto finally makes his move. At an insanely incredible speed, Naruto pulls 5 shurikens out of his pouch at a time, and in 4 quick motions, he throws all 20 shurikens out, with each of them hitting the bullseye. Stop! Shouts Iruka, right when the timer ended. Very impressive, Naruto, comments Iruka, trying his best to stay professional and hold back his astonishment. Seeing that Naruto passed, just as expected, Sasuke walks up to the throne line, passing Naruto in the process. You didn't need to make me wait that long, says Sasuke, giving Naruto a clap when passing. Well, you know me, I don't like to show off, replies Naruto, returning the clap to Sasuke. You never change, adds Sasuke, as he completely passes Naruto. Okay, Sasuke, you know the rules. Tell me when you're ready, says Iruka, holding the timer. Got it, replies Sasuke, stuffing the 40 shurikens that are being passed to him into his pouch. I'm ready now, Sasuke adds. Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1, go, announces Iruka, starting the timer. As the word go leaves Iruka's mouth, Sasuke immediately pulls out 5 shurikens like Naruto and does 4 quick throws, hitting each shuriken on the bullseye. Impressive, comments Iruka, noting the results and readying himself for the next person. After Naruto and Sasuke's incredible performance, only a few students performed the shuriken test before everyone got their turn. Once everyone got their turn, Iruka and the other teachers led the students to the combat area of the school. Okay, students, this will be the last part of the Genin exam. For this section, you will be participating in a friendly spar with a randomly assigned partner. This spar will allow us teachers to evaluate you on both your skills in taijutsu and ninjutsu, along with your battle instincts and ability to react. Keep in mind, winning or losing won't affect your fighting score. As long as you show you're able to react to a fight accordingly, you will receive a good mark. The spar will stop either once we teachers feel that we've gotten an accurate read on your fighting capabilities, or when one side forfeits the fight and surrenders. During this fight, the use of shurikens and kunais are not permitted, nor are you allowed to deal fatal or critical blows. Remember, this is only a friendly spar, so we teachers can evaluate you on your skills. Don't overdo it, reminds Iruka, while purposefully staring at Naruto and Sasuke when saying the last 3 words. After explaining the rules, Iruka started announcing the sparring pairs. Learning from his previous pairings, Iruka purposefully separated Naruto and Sasuke to prevent elongated fights. Once the students knew who their opponents were, the students scattered to go find them. After locating their opponent, the pair fighters would stay together and distance themselves from the main group, allowing for easier differentiation as to who was still single. Finished with the pairings, Iruka summoned pair by pair to complete the spar. Pairs left one pair at a time until there was only 2 pairs left, Naruto and Sasuke's pair. Okay, Naruto and Yamcha, please come forward, calls Iruka, still writing notes down from the previous pair spar. Finally hearing his name, Naruto stands up and heads to the arena with his nervous teammate Yamcha trailing behind him. Once the 2 ninjas walked up to the arena, both were directed to stand on opposite ends and prepare to fight. The instant Iruka said begin, Naruto charged towards his teammate, while simultaneously gathering a small amount of wind chakra. Yamcha, on the other hand, looked like he was about to pee his pants, simply standing in the same place, hoping he won't be hurt too bad. Preparing for the worst, Yamcha guards his face with both his arms covering his line of sight, while Naruto takes this chance to launch a weak Gale Palm at his face. Struck by Naruto's weakened wind-style Gale Palm, Yamcha was lifted off the ground a few meters before hitting the ground with his butt. While Yamcha was still in the air, Naruto charged up a weak fireball and shot it at him. After hitting the ground like a frozen duck, Yamcha sees the massive fire coming towards him. With fear-induced courage swelling up inside him, Yamcha barely dodges the incoming fireball by jumping to the other side. Predicting Yamcha's movements, Naruto appears behind him and knocks him to the ground while locking him in place. Do you surrender? Asks Naruto, slowly strengthening his deadlock. Yes, replies Yamcha, making Naruto release him from the deadlock. Great job, Naruto and Yamcha. Now time for the last group. Sasuke and Krillin, please step up to the stage, Iruka calls out, jotting down the results from Naruto and Yamcha's match. Sasuke and Krillin stepped up to the stage, but unlike Yamcha, Krillin seems to be mildly confident. The moment Iruka says begin, Sasuke launches the fire-style Phoenix Flower Jutsu, sending 3 miniature fireballs at Krillin. Unlike Yamcha though, who stood in the same place, Krillin swiftly dodges them all, only getting a slight sear on a part of his clothing. After all the fireballs had hit the ground, a small dust cloud engulfed Krillin. Using his favorite strategy, Sasuke activated the lightning-style current transfer by gathering chakra into his hands, and enters the dust cloud. While all the dust dissipated, Sasuke is seen with one leg on Krillin's paralyzed body, which occasionally gave a small jolt due to the electrical current. Do you forfeit? Asks Sasuke, pressing a bit harder with his feet. I forfeit, wheezes out Krillin, still paralyzed. Okay, sorry if I hurt you. I needed you to forfeit, apologizes Sasuke, lifting his leg off Krillin's paralyzed body. After finally finishing the last part of the Genin exams, Iruka reminds the Academy students that the results and rewards for Best Ninja of the Year will be calculated and posted sometime in the afternoon. Iruka also took this time to congratulate all the Academy students on their outstanding work and said that they should head off and enjoy a well-deserved lunch. Tired and sick of the long morning examinations, the Academy students happily went for their lunch break. After a few hours of eating and playing around, all the 4th year Ninja Academy students were called back into their homerooms to receive their exam marks and possible award. Each student was then called up one by one to the front desk, where they would either receive both their ninja headband and their evaluation papers, or only receive their evaluation papers. Once everyone went up and received their headband, it was finally time for the awards. Class, it has been an honor to teach you all for the past 4 or 6 years. To remember and commend you for all your hard work, we will now hand out the awards. For our first award, we shall start with the Shinobi of the Year. And this year's recipient is Kiba Inazuka, declares Iruka. Congratulations, he adds. As Kiba walks down to the front of the room, applause can be heard coming from his sides. Yes, finally I'm the top of the class, thinks Kiba, as he cheerfully receives the award. After accepting the award, a certificate, Kiba walks back up to his seat and sits down. The next award that will be presented is for the Kunoichis of the Year, and this award's recipients are Sakura Haruno and Ino Yamanaka, declares Iruka. At the sound of Iruka's words, the two girls stood up from their seats and headed down to the front. On their way, the two girls gave each other mean looks and were pushing each other around. Even when receiving the award, a certificate again, the two girls constantly held up an angry face, looking as if they truly disliked the other person. After all the clapping and congratulations, the two girls angrily stomped off, back to their seats, occasionally still shooting each other evil glares. Okay, as you all may know, usually we only give out 2 awards at the end of each year. But because this year is all yours last year at the Academy, we have decided to add 1 more award. And this award is the Most Outstanding Ninja of the New Generation Award. This graduation award will be given to the best performing student or students throughout their time at the Academy. The recipients of this award also needs to have performed exceptionally well during the end of year exam. So without further ado, I would like to congratulate the recipients of this award, Naruto and Sasuke Uchiha, calls out Iruka, as he brings 2 golden trophies around 20 centimeters tall with a miniature Leaf Village emblem at its core. Expecting that they would get this award, Naruto and Sasuke both jumped out of their seats and slowly walked down to the front. While they walked, all the fangirls in the room erupted. Overpowering sound waves echoed around their small room, chanting the names of Naruto and Sasuke. After our 2 Uchihas arrived at the front of the room, they were both congratulated by Iruka-sensei and handed their golden trophies. Once the award ceremony ended, Iruka dismissed and congratulated the class on graduating from the academy. Iruka also reminded them that their meeting with their Jonin sensei would be tomorrow, therefore they should go home early and have a good night's rest. After leaving the school, Naruto and Sasuke were so excited about their new headband they couldn't wait to wear them and test it out. So our 2 Uchiha simply ran deep into the woods, put down their bags, and started sparring. 6 hours later, after finding a spot, Naruto and Sasuke immediately started their training. Just like usual, they warmed up before engaging each other in a spar. Ending their 5 hours of non-stop sparring, Naruto and Sasuke decided to rest and practice their Sharingan techniques by throwing them at carved out targets. As Naruto and Sasuke practiced, they struck up a conversation. "Oh, I can't wait to meet our Jonin sensei and finally go on missions. Sasuke, what do you think our Jonin sensei's chakra element is?" asks Naruto, with his eyes still on the target. "Well, hopefully it is fire, but if not, at least let it be either wind or lightning so he could tutor us on our ninjutsu," answers Sasuke. "Also, I think the better question is, do you think we will be on the same team?" asks Sasuke, focused on his throwing. "Well, I mean, isn't Gramps making the teams? He wouldn't split us apart, would he? Asks Naruto, back at Sasuke. Oh, good point. I should have thought of that, replies Sasuke. As Naruto and Sasuke's conversation went on, they started hearing rustling sounds from the treetops. Wondering what it was, they looked up to see a quick flash of an armed Anbu carrying something behind his back. Hey Sasuke, why is that Anbu carrying the forbidden scroll away from the village? Asks Naruto, his brain still processing what he's seeing. You stupid! He's stealing the forbidden scroll! Why would the scroll ever leave the Hokage's office? We need to stop him, whispers Sasuke, running off towards the Anbu's direction. Oh yeah, good point, comments Naruto, catching up to Sasuke. With the Anbu, looks like I've severely overestimated this village's strength. Even 5 Anbu guards couldn't stop me. Seems like the plan of destroying the village is going to be a whole lot easier than we expected, the Anbu mutters to himself, leaping from tree to tree. Then suddenly from behind him, a voice yelled, Fire style! Phoenix flower jutsu! The Anbu, feeling the heat coming towards him, stopped in his tracks and proceeded to dodge the incoming miniature fireballs. After dodging all the fireballs, the Anbu then turned around to see Sasuke and Naruto flying towards him. Reacting to the sudden attack, the Anbu swiftly blocked the attacks from Sasuke and kicked him away. After Sasuke was knocked aside, Naruto threw his own set of attacks, which were to no avail, as he also got knocked away. What the hell? I was fairly certain I didn't cause a commotion. How did the Leaf Village react so quickly? Thinks the Anbu, now in the posture to fight. Hold on, the shirts these kids are wearing. It has the Uchiha crest on it. They're the 2 Uchiha brats. If I were to get them to him, he might grant me even more power, thinks the Anbu as he analyzes his opponents. While the Anbu was having his internal monologue, Naruto is meeting up with Sasuke to think of a plan. Hey Sasuke, you okay? Asks Naruto, meeting up with Sasuke. Yeah, I'm fine. Luckily these branches cushion the impact, Sasuke replies. Now come on, we need to catch him. No, Sasuke, this guy's strong. I think we need to use our combination attack to stop him, says Naruto, looking at Sasuke for confirmation. With a quick glare from Sasuke, both he and Naruto knew what to do. Finishing their planning, Naruto and Sasuke split up and approached the Anbu from 2 different directions. Once Naruto was about 5 meters away from the Anbu on the right, he used his Phoenix Flower Jutsu and launched 3 fireballs towards the Anbu. The Anbu, noticing the fireballs, jumped up and dodged each one. The missing fireballs then set ablaze a few trees, causing somewhat of a smokescreen. Then suddenly, Sasuke from the left appeared from the smoke and engaged the Anbu in a round of taijutsu, with its lightning-style current transfer activated. After a few blows from Sasuke's electricity-charged arms, the Anbu's movements were getting evidently slower. Seeing that his technique was taking effect, Sasuke jumped back and was joined by Naruto. Fire style, great fireball jutsu, yelled Sasuke, with Naruto beside him yelling, Wind style, great breakthrough. The wind fanned the massive fireball, making it much faster and much stronger. The humongous body of fire engulfed the Anbu member, completely covering the body. After the fire dissipated, a huge chunk of the forest was reduced to ash, and on the ground was a charred body with a scroll lying beside it. Jumping down from the trees, Naruto and Sasuke landed beside the charred body. Serves you right to mess with the hidden leaf, says Naruto, giving the black object a kick. Come on, Naruto, that's not proper. Anyway, let's just get the scroll and leave, adds Sasuke, picking up the scroll. Yeah, okay, but first, fire style, fireball jutsu, says Naruto, firing a fireball into the sky. Now the people in the village should be able to locate this body and dispose of it, adds Naruto. As Naruto and Sasuke were heading back to the village with the scroll, a sudden shadow appeared from behind them. Turning around, both Naruto and Sasuke saw the Anbu towering over them with chakra formed around his hand, creating a chakra scallop. Using the chakra scallop, the Anbu cut both Naruto's muscle and tendons on his legs, rendering him unable to move. The Anbu then threw him aside, slamming Naruto against a tree hard, knocking him out. Sasuke, trying to help, dropped the scroll and attempted to engage in another taijutsu battle with the Anbu. But sadly, this time it wasn't even a fight. Within the first 2 moves, both of Sasuke's arms had their tendons cut apart. Having lost the use of his arms, Sasuke tried to use his legs to attack, but then was punched in the stomach and kneed in the head. Well, I want to play with you two kids longer, but that fireball you shot in the air cut the playtime short. This is the perfect gift for Lord Orochimaru. Both the Forbidden Scroll and the two surviving Uchiha members. Lord Orochimaru would be so happy. Ha 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 ha, laughs the Yonbu as he goes and retrieves the scroll. While this was happening, the temporarily knocked out Naruto woke up. Still a bit dizzy, he saw Sasuke lying on the ground, eyes closed and not moving. It was at this moment that Naruto snapped. The memory of Fugaku's motionless body re-emerged in his mind, but now instead of Fugaku, it was Sasuke. In front of him lied his last family member and best companion he spent every day of his life with. The thought of Sasuke dying by the Yonbu's hand completely horrified Naruto. Unmeasurable rage swelled within him. Naruto felt as if he was letting all of him out. Slowly, a red and powerful chakra covered him. Naruto's wounds started to heal. His originally short whiskers elongated. His body became bigger and bulkier. Red claws started forming at his hands, and a red chakra tail swirled behind him. Roar! How dare you kill my brother! You will pay! Screams Naruto. In a fraction of a second, Naruto launches himself towards the Yonbu. With incredible power, Naruto pushed the Yonbu through dozens of trees, and at the end, threw him to the ground, creating a small crater. The hell? Is that the nine-tailed fox? Examines the Yonbu, coughing out blood. So that's the nine-tailed brat. I must bring him back to Lord Orochimaru. I hit the jackpot on this one, thinks the Yonbu, as he tries to get up. Ugh, damn it. I'm in no condition to fight him. I'll have to retreat today. Lord Orochimaru won't be happy about this. Reevaluates the Yonbu in his mind. Sensing the slightest movement from the Yonbu, Naruto's bloodlust shot up again. With unforgiving rage, Naruto jumps up and slams himself against the Yonbu, breaking a few ribs. Naruto then blindly punches the Yonbu, pushing him deeper and deeper into the depths of the earth. After about 5 minutes of non-stop punching with blind rage, Naruto finally stops. But after stopping, Naruto realizes that he's been duped. The Yonbu he was hitting wasn't a person at all, but instead, a log. He had been tricked again by the substitution jutsu. Realizing he has lost his target, Naruto jumps out of the crater in the ground and makes an extremely loud roar, alerting everyone within a 1 kilometer radius. Consumed by rage, Naruto started scanning the area to see where the Onbu had disappeared to. But while Naruto was scanning, he heard a soft cough coming from the direction of Sasuke. Realizing that Sasuke was still alive, and that the same Onbu wasn't anywhere close, Naruto calmed down, and as a result, the Nine-Tails chakra started dissipating. After all the Nine-Tails chakra has been dispersed, Naruto fell onto the ground and passed out. The next day, a few minutes after Naruto passed out, the third Hokage with his Anbu arrived at the scene of the battle. Broken and burnt trees were everywhere, with one section of the forest clearly missing a whole line of them. Noticing Sasuke's roughed off and unconscious body, the third Hokage started to worry about Naruto and where he was, as on the way here, the third Hokage heard a strong beast's roar. Immediately, the third Hokage dispatched 2 Anbu members to escort the Sasuke to the hospital. After taking care of Sasuke, the third Hokage followed the messed up line of trees to find a perfectly fine Naruto with the Forbidden Scroll and a massive crater beside him. Seeing that Naruto was fine, as was the Forbidden Scroll, the third Hokage ended the mission and headed back to the village, only sending another 5 Anbu members in search for the culprit. Miles away in an underground facility. After escaping from Naruto and Sasuke, the Anbu ran away as quickly as possible, knowing he wasn't in condition to fight incoming Leaf Anbu. Occasionally, the Anbu needed to hide from the Leaf Village search party, so during this time, the Anbu used his medical ninjutsu to patch up his remaining wounds. Eventually, the Anbu arrived back at the secret hideout. So you've returned empty-handed, Kabuto. Tell me what happened and I might just let you live, the man says from the middle of the room. I apologize, Lord Orochimaru. Everything went well at the beginning. I was able to take the scroll and kill 5 Anbu guards. But just when I thought everything went smoothly, I was intercepted. 2 Genins witnessed my escape and came after me, answers Kabuto with his head down. 2 brats? You were stopped by 2 freaking brats? Damn, you're more pathetic than I originally thought, 4 Eyes, insults Tayuya, disappointed at Kabuto's abilities. Tayuya, watch your foul mouth. You're talking to Lord Orochimaru's right-hand man, warns Shirobo. Oh, shut up, you fat ass, refutes Tayuya. This comment from Tayuya led to a fight between the two, until a person with white hair and pale skin stepped in. Kimimaru, they both stutter, as Kimimaru towers over both of them. Don't interrupt Lord Orochimaru. If you do that again, I won't hesitate to kill you, says Kimimaru in a monotone voice. Thank you, Kimimaru. Now, Kabuto, continue, Orochimaru says. Well, as I was explaining, 2 brats came in my way. They were the 2 remaining Uchiha brothers, said Kabuto, making Orochimaru sit up from his bed. Are you telling me you came across both of them, and you failed to bring them back? Questions Orochimaru, sending enough bloodlust to kill a man. My lord, I immobilized them quickly, and was about to retrieve the 2 Uchihas along with the scroll, but right before I left, that Naruto transformed into his one-tailed form. His one-tailed cloak caught me off guard, and I got bested. I sincerely apologize, Lord Orochimaru, says Kabuto, intriguing Orochimaru. Tell me more, orders Orochimaru. My lord, your vessels are growing to become quite powerful. They've already great mastery over their first and second chakra natures, although it seems they haven't unlocked their Sharingan yet, explains Kabuto on what he has learned. Ah, 2 chakra natures. Magnificent. At such a young age. What are their 2 chakra natures? Questions Orochimaru, demanding an answer. Wind and fire for the 9-tails brat, and lightning and fire for the other brother, answers Kabuto sincerely. Looks like they are growing quite nicely, laughs Orochimaru. In the hospital of Konoha, middle of the day. Hungry, mutters Naruto as he wakes up. Yo, Naruto, can we be quiet? I'm trying to sleep here, says Sasuke, rolling around his. Oh, Sasuke, you're awake? Why didn't you wake me up? Asks Naruto. He said you needed your rest, answers the third Hokage, sitting on the other end of the room. Gramps? You're here as well? Wait, why are we all here in the hospital? Asks Naruto, a bit confused. Well, you're here because you did our village a great service. You stopped a ninja from stealing the Forbidden Scroll, answers the third Hokage. Me? Questions Naruto, trying to remember. Oh yeah, that thief was faking as a village Anbu. Me and Sasuke saw him when we were training in the woods that day and, explains Naruto, until he got cut off. Yes, Naruto, Sasuke already explained to me what happened. I am here just to explain to you your situation, says the third Hokage, getting serious. Naruto, during your fight with the fake Anbu, it seems you have temporarily gained access to the 9-tailed beast chakra, says the third Hokage in a calm tone. Beast? But I'm no beast, replies Naruto, getting a bit frantic and emotional. Well, Naruto, as you have probably noticed by now, some villagers give you looks and evil glares, do they? Well, the reason behind this is because you've been containing the 9-tailed fox, explains the third Hokage in a serious tone. Ha ha, Gramps, you're joking, right? Sasuke, you don't believe him, do you? Asks Naruto, choking on his own words, trying to hold down his emotion. Look, Naruto, I'm telling you the truth. Sasuke saw it too. He's the one that told me after he was knocked out by the fake Anbu, a powerful red chakra took over you, and you were able to fend off and defeat the fake Anbu. You were the one that saved the Forbidden Scroll and Sasuke. This power inside you, it isn't a burden. It is a gift. A gift that just some villagers are scared of. That's all, comforts the third Hokage. Also, you containing the 9-tails actually saved the village 11 years ago, explains the third Hokage further. I didn't want to tell you before, but now I feel like it is the right time. Both you and Sasuke are now ninjas, and therefore, you should know, adds the third Hokage.
Why? But why me? Why me? I could have had a normal childhood where people didn't give me glares and hated to be with me. Why me? Cries out Naruto, getting all emotional. It was at this point that Naruto burst into tears. All that guilt and uncertainty he covered up inside him came bursting out like a newly opened Coke bottle. Sasuke, hearing that Naruto's cries of tears, hesitantly approached Naruto and gave him a hug. It's okay, Naruto. No matter what you hold inside you, you will always be my brother, and I will always be there for you, comforted Sasuke while patting his back. During this time of emotional weakness, Naruto decided to let all his emotions out. His sadness from the Uchiha massacre, his feeling of betrayal when Itachi left, and his deep hatred for the unfortunate events in his life. He let it all out, crying away all his emotions, with Sasuke there to comfort him. After about 5 minutes of long crying and letting all his hidden burden out, Naruto finally stopped. Sasuke, I'm here for you too, you know. I know you're still keeping emotions from the Uchiha massacre inside, just like me. You could tell me about them. You will feel much better after, says Naruto, wiping away his tears and hugging Sasuke back. Using this moment of closeness as comfort, Sasuke also opens up about his hidden emotions. He talked about all his sadness of losing his family, his hatred towards Itachi, and the immense burden he felt trying to conceal these emotions. Just like Naruto, Sasuke cried it all out, completely flushing out his emotions that's been concealed for many, many years. Once Sasuke also stopped crying, both he and Naruto felt power surging within them. They peeled off from each other, knowing the other was fine. That's when they noticed the difference in each other's eyes. They have reawakened their first Tomoe Sharingan. Surprised and excited about the sudden change of events, Naruto and Sasuke's emotions turned a 180 from depressing and sad all the way to happy and eccentric. The many hours of reading and testing in the Uchiha library on ways to unlock the Sharingan never even mattered. The Sharingan was always within them. It was just because of their twisted emotions that they were unable to awaken it. By this time, the third Hokage has already long left the room. Therefore, he never witnessed Naruto and Sasuke's new development. Relieved that they finally awakened their Sharingan, Naruto and Sasuke celebrated. Unfortunately, their celebration was short-lived, as they eventually remembered that today was the day they would be assigned into teams of 3 along with a Jonin sensei. Peering at the clock, Naruto and Sasuke noticed they were long past the end of school. Frantically, Naruto and Sasuke tried a few times to inactivate their Sharingan, but were unsuccessful. Under a time constraint, they decided to just have it activated while they rushed to school. In Class E5, on their way here, Naruto and Sasuke finally were able to deactivate their Sharingan. When Naruto and Sasuke arrived at the academy, they saw that nearly all the students were gone, with only one remaining, Sakura. Care to explain what's happened while we were gone? Asks Naruto, looking around the classroom for their teammate. Naruto, Sasuke, you're finally here, exclaims Sakura in relief. She then jumps out her seat and runs towards Naruto and Sasuke arms wide. Just tell us what's going on, says Sasuke, using his hand to block off the incoming Sakura. Stepping back, Sakura, with her cheeks red, starts explaining what happened. Well, today was honestly just a graduation party. There was a parent potluck, and it was really fun. Obviously not as fun when you two are around, but it was a relatively active celebration. Once lunch ended, we were forced to clean up the academy and make sure the place was spotless. So unnecessary in my opinion, but whatever. By the time we all finished cleaning out the school, we were told to head back to class for team assignments. That's when Iruka came in with a list of names and teams. Team by team, Iruka called us up in threes. Each team would consist of 1 girl and 2 boys, which would then be picked up by their corresponding Jonin sensei. Our sensei was the only one to never arrive to pick us up, so that's why I'm still here waiting, explained Sakura cheerfully. So you're saying you are our teammate? Asks Naruto, with a face full of mixed emotions. Yeah, I am. This is going to be so great. We will spend every day together from now on, cheers Sakura, waving her arms in the air. What about the others? What was their teams like? Also, what's the name of our team sensei? Questions Sasuke, as his stomach starts grumbling. Oh, about that, it happened like this, says Sakura, as she starts going through the events in great detail. 10 minutes later. Then up was Team 7, which was you two with me. Our team leader is Kakashi Hakate. And then the next few teams were Team 8, which consisted of Kiba, his dog Akamaru, Shino, and Hinata. Their team leader was Kurenai Yuhi. Team 10 consisted of Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji. Their team leader was Asuma Sarutobi. Unfortunately, it seems like our team leader is a bit late. And by that, I mean late by a whole hour, explained Sakura. So Team 10 has the famous Ino Shika Cho team up. Huh, can't wait for the day we test our teams against each other, thinks Naruto out loud. Just as Naruto says this, the door opens from behind. Behind the door is a tall man with white spiky hair who is abnormally covering one of his eyes with his headband. Huh, are you Kakashi Hakate, our team leader? Asks Sakura. Yes, now meet me at the rooftops, replies Kakashi as he body flickers away.
Receiving their first order, Team 7 heads up to the rooftops. After arriving there, the three of them were told to sit on the stairs and introduce themselves. Like tell you what we do? Naruto asks. No, just explain things like what you hate, one of your hobbies, what you like, one of your goals, or your dreams, something like that, Kakashi explains. Why don't you give us an example? Suggests Sakura. Sure. My name is Kakashi Hakate. Moving on to the things I like and things I hate, I don't really feel like telling you that. Dreams for the future, never really thought to have any. For my hobbies, well, I have lots, explains Kakashi, taking out his book. Wow, that introduction was absolutely useless. We basically learned nothing about him, thinks all three Genins in unison. Now it's your turn. How about you start, the one on the right, Kakashi says, pointing towards Naruto. Huh? Me? Well, first of all, my name is Naruto Uchiha. I like training, eating ramen from Ichiraku's, as well as strength and power to protect those close to me. Things I don't like include weak comrades, a certain person, and much more. Dreams that I have, well, first of all, I want to become Hokage. The second one, it's not really a dream, but a goal, and as it will make it a reality. Together with my brother, we are going to restore my clan and kill certain someone. Oh yeah, as for hobbies, well, that would be eating ramen and training, explains Naruto. I'll go next, suggests Sasuke. Alright, my name is Sasuke Uchiha. Things I like and hate, well, it's the same as my brother's. To say the truth, both my hobbies and dreams are the same as Naruto's, with the exception of becoming Hokage, as I would only like to help him become Hokage, explains Sasuke. Just as I thought, Kakashi thinks. Now, pink-haired girl, you go. My name is Sakura Haruno. The thing I like is, the person I like is, my hobby? Well, let's just move on to my dreams. For my future, I would like, oh, the person I hate is, Pig, Sakura says, glancing at Naruto and Sasuke every time she said something. Okay, now that we know about each other, let's move on. Tomorrow, you guys will be participating in a mission, and this mission will be a survival exercise, explains Kakashi. Huh? A survival exercise? Come on, we've been doing this stuff since the academy. That's how we all got here, complained Sakura. Oh, don't worry. This won't be your standard survival exercise, Kakashi says, with a creepy smile behind his mask. Oh, then what is it? Asks Naruto, intrigued. If you want to know, I'll tell you. But just a warning, what I'm about to say isn't going to make you happy. The truth is, out of the 27 graduates from your class, only 9 of you will become Genins, with the leftover 18 being directly sent back to the academy and forced to stay another year. So, mathematically speaking, your chances of failing are around 66%, warns Kakashi. Hearing this, all 3 of the Genins started complaining. What? We just graduated. You can't send us back just like that, shouts Sakura, not wanting to be separated from her dream team. Oh, can't I? Jokes Kakashi. Anyways, Their exercise will be occurring tomorrow at the Team 7 training grounds starting at 6 a.m. sharp. Your performance during the survival exercise will be noted down and compared with your other classmates. Only the top 9 students with the highest performance marks will be promoted to Genin. If you're late, you will fail on the spot. Oh yeah, remember to not eat breakfast. You'll puke, warns Kakashi as he leaps off the roof and fades away into the distance. After Kakashi left, Sakura along with Naruto and Sasuke simply sat at the same place deep in thought. No, 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 no! This can't be happening! After all my prayers, why you screw me over like this, God? To think that you were on my side after letting me be with the Sharingan twins! It turns out this was only just a temporary setup! Screamed Sakura in her consciousness. Cha! No, Sakura! You mustn't despair! You definitely have a chance to make it into the top 9! You were the Kunoichi of the year! You got this! Screams inner Sakura, throwing imaginary fists. Yes, I can do this! All I need is to be prepared. I'll do anything to be with the Sharingan twins, thinks Sakura, burning with desire to pass. While Sakura was having her little freakout, Naruto and Sasuke also tried to digest the recent train of events. From the Forbidden Scroll incident, to their sudden unlocking of their Sharingan, and now the second part of the Genin exam, the diversity of the events were astounding. After little than 1 minute of mental refresh, Naruto and Sasuke both concluded they needed to get stronger, and fast. Giving each other a glance, they both stood up and headed to the Hokage Tower. At the Hokage Tower, unlike the previous few times Naruto and Sasuke entered the Hokage Tower, where they were criticized and even given mean looks by the Anbu guards, this time they were shown respect and courtesy. As Naruto and Sasuke made their way to the Hokage's office, nobody stopped them or asked any questions. Hey Gramps, we're here to visit you again, says Naruto, pushing open the door. Oh, hello Naruto and Sasuke. What are you here for? Asks the third Hokage, whilst reading through another paper he needs to sign. Well, you see, after you left our room this morning at the hospital, me and Sasuke abruptly unlocked the Sharingan, cheers Naruto, activating his with Sasuke following. Wow, that's amazing! Congratulations, cheers the third Hokage. Now you kids can finally start reading the Uchiha specific scrolls, points out the third Hokage. Yeah, and that's why we're here, replies Sasuke. We have so much more to learn, but we are progressing too slowly. We need a way to train faster, says Sasuke, being very straightforward. Yeah, after our encounter with the fake Anbu yesterday, we realized just how weak we are, and just how much we have to improve, adds Naruto, also getting to the point. A way to train faster. Let me think, says the third Hokage, deep in thought. Oh, I got it! You kids are looking for the Shadow Clone Jutsu, exclaims the third Hokage. The Shadow Clone Jutsu? Isn't that jutsu made for infiltrating and information gathering? How would that help with our training? Naruto asks, confused. Well, Naruto, there's actually more to the Shadow Clone Jutsu than just spying, corrects the third Hokage, resuming his professor posture. Shadow clones, by decreasing their durability compared to elemental clones, gains a special effect, and that is once the clone is destroyed or disappears, all its individual memories and experiences return back to the owner, meaning if you train along with one clone, you will theoretically be training at twice the speed. But there are drawbacks. First, creating a shadow clone takes up significant amounts of chakra, resulting in most ninjas not having enough chakra to have a good training session. And second, these clones are pretty fragile, meaning they won't be able to participate in intense spars or extreme physical training, as they will simply disappear after getting struck a few times, explains the third Hokage. Benefits never come without drawbacks, he adds. Well, learn it, Gramps, states Naruto, accepting all the help he can get. Yeah, as long as it helps, we'll take anything, adds Sasuke. Just as I thought, sighs the third Hokage. Here's the scroll for the shadow clone technique, adds the third Hokage, handing them the scroll. Thanks, Gramps. See you soon, cheers Naruto, already beside the open door. Yup, thanks a lot, adds Sasuke, following Naruto out. After receiving the shadow clone technique from the third Hokage, Naruto and Sasuke rushed off to train. During training, instead of sparring and practicing their individual techniques, Naruto and Sasuke focused on the new shadow clone jutsu. Soon, Naruto and Sasuke were both able to create and control up to 5 clones at a time, increasing their training speed 5-fold. Using this extra boost, Naruto and Sasuke decide to practice using their Sharingans during different scenarios, like shuriken throwing, ninjutsu casting, light sparring, and later combination attacks. By the end of the training night, Naruto and Sasuke were both able to perfectly balance their enhanced reaction time and eyesight with their bodies flawlessly. Exhausted by this new training method, Naruto and Sasuke went home early, cleaned themselves up, cooked up a big dinner, and went to sleep, preparing themselves for what's to come tomorrow morning. The next day at 5 a.m., Naruto and Sasuke, in preparation for their survival training with Kakashi, woke up extremely early. After getting up from bed, Naruto and Sasuke continued with their usual morning routine, but instead of eating breakfast, they decided to pack it up in case they had a chance to eat it during training. Finished with their preparations, Naruto and Sasuke used the remaining time to discuss possible scenarios and what effective strategies could be used to counter them. When time was up, our two Uchihas headed to the Team 7 training grounds. "Hey Sakura, where's Kakashi?" asked Sasuke, seeing that Sakura arrived early. "I don't know, he's not here yet, I guess," replied Sakura, also confused. Hearing this, Naruto and Sasuke, with their stomachs rumbling, contemplated about defying Kakashi's orders, but they quickly erased the thought from their minds, thinking that Kakashi could be watching them. 5 hours later. After a long 5-hour wait, Kakashi finally arrived. Naruto and Sasuke, during the long wait, thought of possible exercises they could be asked to do, and ways to counter them. Sakura, on the other hand, sat a few meters away from Naruto and Sasuke, thinking if she should try to join their conversation. "Morning, everyone. Ready for your first day?" asks Kakashi, walking over to the group. "You're late by 5 hours!" all of them yell, turning their heads towards Kakashi. "Well, a black cat crossed my path, so I had to take the long way," Kakashi replies, giving no reaction to the Genin's complaints. Hearing this excuse that was such an obvious lie, Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura simply sat there, speechless. "Well, never mind that. Let's get started," says Kakashi, as he walks over to 3 logs, each one clean and stuck to the ground. He then proceeds to pull out a clock and stations it in the middle log. "Here we go. This is set for noon," says Kakashi, setting the timer. What's that for?" asks Sakura, observing Kakashi's actions. "Oh, this is the time limit for your first assignment I'm about to give you. This assignment is extremely simple. All you need to do is take these bells from me, and you pass. But if you can't by noon, you will all fail," says Kakashi, pulling out 2 bells, jiggling them. "But there are only 2 bells. How can all of us pass?" asks Sakura, now standing up, scared of the possibility that she will be separated from the Uchiha twins. "Oh, I forgot to say, only 2 of you will pass. The one without the bell will be sent right back to the academy. Well, that is if you can get the bells. During this exercise, anything works. You may use weapons like kunais and shurikens to your liking," replies Kakashi, briefing them on the boundaries. "But those weapons are too dangerous, sensei," reminds Sakura. "Don't worry, I doubt any of the ones you use will be able to hurt anyone," taunts Kakashi. "Once I say start, the assessment will begin. Get ready, and start," announces Kakashi. On his mark, the 3 Genins all disperse and hide into the trees. "Ah, they hidden quite well," thinks Kakashi, walking to the original place the 3 Genins were. "Hey Kakashi, you and me, right here, right now," yells Naruto as he leaps out of the forest and confronts Kakashi. "Interesting. Aren't you supposed to be one of the 2 greatest geniuses of your generation? This isn't what I expected. Acting so rash and bold in front of a far superior ninja. Rookie mistakes," says Kakashi. "Oh, shut up, and now prepare to be destroyed," screams Naruto, holding a kunai with his right hand. Naruto then charges towards Kakashi, pointing the kunai directly at him. Seeing that Naruto is running towards him, Kakashi gets into a stance and moves his right hand into his pouch, grabbing something. Huh? What's he pulling out? A weapon? Shuriken? Kunai? Or maybe a smoke bomb? Wonders Naruto, analyzing Kakashi's movements while slowing down his charge. Then unsurprisingly, Kakashi slowly pulls out a book titled Make Out Paradise and starts reading. A book? Asks Naruto out loud, stopping his charge. "Damn you! How you mock me! I'll destroy you!" yells Naruto, pulling out multiple shurikens from his pouch and throwing them all towards Kakashi. With deadly accuracy and incredible speed, the dozen shurikens flew towards Kakashi. But just when it was about to hit, Kakashi disappeared from his spot, followed by a cloud of smoke. Wait, what? Where'd he go? Where is he? Wonders Naruto, scanning his surroundings. Left? Right? Up? Down! Naruto hears from below him as the ground beneath him cracks. Right in the nick of time, Naruto jumps up into the air and evades Kakashi's emerging arm. Fire style, fireball jutsu, says Naruto, blurring through hand signs midair, firing a giant fireball towards Kakashi, who still had half his body beneath the earth. What? Impossible! The fireball jutsu is for Chunin and above, thinks Kakashi, unable to dodge the fireball due to having his lower half still in the ground. Not long, the immobilized Kakashi was directly in front of the fireball. Let's see if he will use the substitution jutsu, thinks Naruto, remembering their fight with the fake Anbu. As Naruto was dropping from midair, he paid special attention to the immobilized Kakashi. Poof! The immobilized Kakashi turned to smoke as the fireball made contact. A shadow clone! Damn! Should have known. Where's the real one? Thinks Naruto as he lands on the ground, now changing his attention to his surroundings. Suddenly, in a flash, without Naruto noticing, Kakashi appears behind him. Leaf Village secret ultimate technique! 1,000 years of death! Hears Naruto from the back. With his hands in a tiger sign, Kakashi launches his technique at Naruto's rear end. Naruto, unable to react in time, was only able to partially block the attack with the use of his legs. Poof! In a puff of smoke, Naruto disappeared, revealing that he was just a shadow clone. A shadow clone? Impressive. I was fighting a clone this whole time. Guess he isn't the top of his class for nothing, says Kakashi, realizing he has been played. Just as Kakashi said this, a group of Naruto clones rushed out of the forest, each with a handful of shurikens. Immediately as Kakashi noticed them, they simultaneously threw the shurikens at him. Being the jonin he is though, Kakashi simply pulled out a kunai and deflected all incoming shurikens. Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu, all of the Narutos then yell, each shooting multiple miniature fireballs towards Kakashi. In the forest back with the real Naruto. Sasuke, it seems my first clone has been destroyed. I haven't learned much about him either. The clones out there probably won't last long. We'll have to move out soon, reminds Naruto, still closely observing Kakashi's movements. Okay, understood. We should disguise ourselves with a group of clones, then launch a surprise attack, replies Sasuke, telling Naruto the plan. Sakura in the forest. Sakura during this time simply stayed in the trees, observing Kakashi and his fight with Naruto. Neither moved nor made any attempt to interfere with the battle. Sakura simply watched as Kakashi destroyed every one of Naruto's clones. Soon, once the battle ended, Sakura witnessed Kakashi leaving the arena. Looks like Kakashi's gone. I never would have believed he could defeat so many clones so quickly. Ones of Naruto's at that, thinks Sakura out loud, before remembering the current predicament she was in. This sucks. There's no way I can beat the two Sharingan twins to the bells. This isn't fair. I deserve to be on the same team as them. I don't want to be separated from them. I just got my chance to be with them because of this team assignment, and now I'm going to lose it. Why is life like this? Complained Sakura, freaking out. Just then, she noticed a single bell laying on the ground beside a tree, which was where Kakashi had fought the clones. What? No way! Is that one of the bells? Yes! Kakashi probably accidentally dropped it while he was fighting Naruto's clones. Wait, this is most likely a trap. But still, this will be my only chance. Anyways, might as well try, thinks Sakura, jumping down from the trees. Sakura then proceeded to leave her hiding spot, attempting to pick up the bell. After getting down from the tree she was hiding in, Sakura scanned the area to see if Kakashi was hiding anywhere. Not seeing the jonin, Sakura rushed to the bell, but right when she was about to pick it up, her legs were caught by a hidden rope, and within a few seconds, Sakura was upside down, dangling in the air. So it was a trap! I shouldn't have let my guard down just because Kakashi wasn't here, sulked Sakura, only to see Kakashi sitting on the tree and holding the rope she was being hung from. Listen, Sakura, if the bait is too obvious, it will most definitely be a trap, reminds Kakashi's clone, knocking Sakura out. After relocating Sakura and tying her to a post, Kakashi's clone headed back to its original.
At the scene of the battle, Sasuke, it looks like my clones didn't buy us much time. It's time to move out, says Naruto, jumping down from the tree with Sasuke following behind him. After jumping down from the tree, Naruto and Sasuke went into the open field, waiting for Kakashi to come, which didn't take long. That was a pretty good performance there, Naruto, but with only simple shadow clones, getting the bells for me would be impossible. Barely even a challenge, says Kakashi, pulling out his reading book. Kakashi-sensei, that trick won't work on us. We know you're trying to taunt us into acting rashly. We weren't sending clones to fight you for nothing, says Sasuke, quickly throwing 5 shurikens at Kakashi, which he easily blocks with his kunai. I guess you two aren't too bad after all. Even so, knowing how to control your temper won't help you retrieve the bells, reminds Kakashi, still focused on his book. Guess we'll just have to show you what we're capable of then. After that, I think you'll think of us differently, replies Naruto, looking at Sasuke for confirmation. With both of them now ready, the two Uchihas activated their Sharingan and jumped forwards towards Kakashi. Kakashi, now seeing that the two boys aren't messing around anymore, puts his book away and readies himself to engage in hand-to-hand combat. With their impeccable teamwork along with the Sharingan's boosts, Naruto and Sasuke were actually able to relatively hold up a fight. At every possible chance, the two Uchihas tried to get the bells, but every time, Kakashi was able to predict their movements and dodge accordingly. 30 minutes passed, and Naruto and Sasuke were on the ground, exhausted. Wow, I guess that's expected of a Jonin. His speed and strength is immeasurable, says Naruto, a few meters away from Kakashi, breathing heavily. Yeah, I know, adds Sasuke, also taking deep breaths. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go too hard on you two? Taunts Kakashi, standing above Naruto and Sasuke like nothing happened. Damn it, we don't have much time left. We have to get those bells right now, exclaims Naruto, getting up and creating distance between him and Kakashi. Shadow Clone Jutsu, yells Naruto, making 5 shadow clones. Sasuke, I'm going to buy you some time for you to start up that jutsu, says Naruto, getting into a formation. Understood, Sasuke says, jumping behind Naruto, then grabbing his own left arm, charging up for something. Fire style, great fireball jutsu, says 3 of the clones, while the original and the other 2 say wind style, great breakthrough. The combination of the 3 fire style great fireball jutsus, along with 3 wind style great breakthroughs, formed a massive body of fire that zoomed towards Kakashi. The mere presence of this massive combination attack incinerated anything within a 5-meter radius. As the overpowering flames approached Kakashi, even he showed a face of surprise. This is quite a powerful technique, Naruto. I'm surprised, compliments Kakashi, but that won't be enough to stop me, adds Kakashi, preparing a jutsu of his own. In a mere second, Kakashi flew through his hand signs and launched his own water-style Water Dragon Jutsu. The 2 powerful jutsus then collided, both perfectly canceling out each other. By the time both jutsus completely disappeared, the whole arena was covered with a thick mist. That attack took a lot of my chakra. Sasuke, is your jutsu ready yet? I don't think my remaining clones can last long, says Naruto, turning towards Sasuke. Almost done, replies Sasuke, with sweat dripping down from his forehead. With the help of the mist screen and the extra time Naruto was able to buy, Sasuke was able to finally finish charging up the jutsu he's been working on. The result being an incomplete version of the Chidori. What the hell? It can't be. Is that? Kakashi thinks, destroying the last clone and moving towards the real Naruto. Have a taste of my secret jutsu, yells Sasuke, jumping past Naruto and flying towards Kakashi. Seeing this, Kakashi quickly dodged to the right, getting a cut on his cheek by Sasuke's supposedly secret jutsu. Noticing that Kakashi had dodged this attack, Sasuke turned around to strike again, except this time, he was reaching for the bells. Unfortunately, right when Sasuke could get the bells, the lightning on his hands died out. Looks like he hasn't mastered it yet, thinks Kakashi. Sorry, but that won't be enough to beat me, he adds, jumping away with a smirk on his face. Ugh, this guy's really pissing me off, growls Naruto, almost out of chakra. Tell me about it, agrees Sasuke, having depleted most of his chakra from his previous attack. Charging towards Kakashi, both of them pulled out a kunai. We won't need to hit him. As long as we get those bells, we pass, Naruto and Sasuke think in unison, as they throw their kunai at Kakashi, which were easily blocked.
After that, Sasuke moved behind Naruto, being perfectly in line with each other, making it seem as if Sasuke disappeared. Due to being in front, Naruto was the first to reach Kakashi. Jumping up, Naruto threw a roundhouse kick at Kakashi's face with his left foot, which Kakashi blocked with his right hand. Then, Naruto, twisting his body, throws a right-hand punch at Kakashi's face, which Kakashi blocks with his left hand. Sasuke, taking advantage of Kakashi having both his right and left hands immobilized, came rushing in, going for the bells. Game over, thinks Naruto and Sasuke in unison. But, just as Sasuke was about to grab the bells, Kakashi used brute force and broke apart from Naruto's stronghold. Without the extra weight from Naruto, Kakashi then jumps away and dodges Sasuke's surprise attack. Damn it! We were so close, Naruto screams as he falls to the ground. We can get it! We can still... says Sasuke, until he was cut off. Ring, ring, ring. The clock rings out loud, signifying that the time limit was over. Alright, you two. It's time to go back to the posts. I'll announce to you what will happen from there, says Kakashi as he walks over to the 3 wooden posts. Back at the posts 10 minutes later. After the clock rang, Naruto and Sasuke along with Kakashi went back to the posts where Sakura was tied to. Alright, I want all of you to pay attention. After giving this some careful thought, I've decided I won't be sending any of you back to the academy, says Kakashi. Wait, does that mean all 3 of us pass? Asks Naruto. No. All 3 of you will be permanently dropped from the ninja program, Kakashi states. Hold on. What? You told us that only if we didn't get the bells, we would be sent back to the academy. You can't just change the rules now. That's unfair. Who gave you the rights to do any of this? Naruto complains, infuriated that he can't become a ninja anymore. Because you don't think like ninjas. You still think like little kids. Just a few brats thinking they're ready for the world, replies Kakashi in a stern tone. Hearing this, Naruto and Sasuke charged at Kakashi, holding a kunai and ready to kill. In a flash, Kakashi knocked the kunai out of their hands and spun them around, grabbing the back of their necks, slamming them both onto the ground. Sasuke! Naruto! Sakura calls out, unable to do anything due to her being tied to the post. You don't know what it means to be a ninja. All of you think it's a game. Let me ask you, why do you think we put you in squads? Asks Kakashi, leaving a silence in the air. So you kids can work together, Kakashi adds. We did work together. Didn't you see what we did? Naruto says with a muffled voice due to his head being in the dirt. Yes, but only with Sasuke. And the point of this exercise was for you to work together. You, Sasuke, and Sakura. You only thought of working with each other, thinking how there were only 2 bells. Perfect for you two, am I right? Explains Kakashi, getting no response from the Uchiha twins. Wait a minute, says Sakura, thinking of how there were only 2 bells. You set it up from the beginning. Even if we worked together and got the bells, one of us would have still been left out. That would have led to group conflict, resulting in us fighting for the spots. You wanted us to fail from the start, yells Sakura. Exactly. That's why I put it that way. I wanted to see if any of you could put the squad over yourselves. A genin should have a natural feel for teamwork, says Kakashi. Ninja missions are carried out in squads. Of course, individual skills are important, but teamwork is the most essential element. Every shinobi understands this. When someone puts themselves over the squad, it can lead to failure and even death. For example, explains Kakashi, pulling out a kunai. Choose, Sakura. Choose which one of these fools need to die, demands Kakashi. Huh? I don't know, stutters Sakura as she struggles in the ropes tying her to the post. This is what happens in a mission, Kakashi says, putting the kunai away, making all 3 of them sigh in relief. The enemy takes a hostage, and you've got an impossible choice. In the end, someone ends up dead, explains Kakashi, standing up. Alright, I'm gonna give you kids one more chance. After lunch, you have 3 hours to get the bell. Eat lunch now to build up strength. But Sakura here doesn't get any due to her not doing anything, says Kakashi, letting go of Naruto and Sasuke and handing them a packed meal. By the way, if any of you try to feed Sakura, you'll all immediately drop out from the program. I make the rules here, and you follow them, warns Kakashi. After finishing his speech, Kakashi disappears,
leaving Naruto and Sasuke with lunch and a burden. Seeing that Kakashi was finally gone, Naruto and Sasuke opened their lunchbox and was about to dig in until they were interrupted by a quiet stomach growl coming from Sakura. No, 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 no. Don't show your unladylike self, especially now of all times. If I do this anymore, Naruto and Sasuke will... thinks Sakura before being interrupted. Here, take my lunch, Naruto and Sasuke say in unison, bringing the box to Sakura. Huh? You want me to have your lunch? But Kakashi said if you do this, we'll all be expelled. Just eat it yourself, Sakura stutters. Gimme, 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 gimme! Screams inner Sakura. Listen, Kakashi's gone right now. We need to find a way to beat him as a team. The two of us alone obviously weren't capable of taking him on, so we'll need your help. Plus, you clearly have no use in the slump form you're in now, explains Naruto. Slump? Guess he really thinks I'm useless. Whatever, I'm about to taste Naruto and Sasuke's cooking, thinks Sakura in excitement. Wait, I'm tied up right now. I can't hold chopsticks. You'll have to feed me, says Sakura, with the most delighted smile a person could ever have. Fine, I'll feed you, Naruto says, weighing his choices as he slowly brings his chopsticks to Sakura's mouth. Just when Sakura was about to take a bite, Kakashi appeared in a puff of smoke, sending shock waves of air with just his speed. You broke the rules. I hope you're ready for the punishment, yells Kakashi as the sky begins to darken. You have any last words? Kakashi adds. Huh, you act so tough, but once we start working together, you'll stand no chance, Naruto shouts over the storm, dropping his box of food, making Sakura cry anime tears. Yeah, you're just scared about how badly we'll kick your butt once we work together, Sasuke adds. Yeah, the three of us are one, we'll never split apart, Sakura says, recovering from her sadness of not getting to taste Naruto and Sasuke's food. The three of you are one? That's your excuse? Questions Kakashi, getting more menacing by the second. You pass. Huh? All three of the genin question. Yup, you pass, Kakashi says, as if he was teaching English to three monkeys. What? What do you mean? How do we pass? Sakura asks as the storm disappears. You're the first squad that ever succeeded. Every other group simply did what I asked and failed the test. They couldn't think for themselves. A ninja must see through deception. In the ninja world, those who break the rules are scum. That's true, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum, states Kakashi. Whoa, he's a whole lot cooler than I originally thought, all three genins think in unison. The exercise is over. Everyone passes. Squad 7 will have their first mission tomorrow, Kakashi says, giving them a big thumbs up. Yes, we passed! Sakura screams. Anyways, let's go home now, Kakashi says, walking away, followed by Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, now known as Team 7. 1 month later. During this past month, Naruto and Sasuke trained harder than ever before. When training, Naruto and Sasuke would fully utilize the shadow clone technique and create as many clones as they could to maximize the effectiveness of their training. By the end of every training session, Naruto and Sasuke's accessible chakra would be completely exhausted. The results were very prominent. Both Uchihas had noticeable increase in their hand sign forming, as well as massive improvement in their elemental jutsus. Outside of training, Naruto and Sasuke joined up with Sakura and Kakashi as Team 7 to complete many direct missions assigned by the Thorough Kage. During the missions, Sakura would use every opportunity to flirt with the Uchiha twins, even though she would almost always be ignored. The D-class missions Team 7 took on included things like babysitting, grocery shopping, helping old ladies cross the street, and most frequently, catching Tora the cat. 1 whole month of the schedule finally changed when one day, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were asked to meet the Thorough Kage at the academy in order to participate in a certain program. Is that you, Hinata? What are you doing here in the academy? Asks Naruto, seeing Hinata in the academy hallway. Oh, Naruto, Sasuke, hello. I was called here by Kurenai-sensei. She said I needed to be in a certain program,
answers Hinata, shyly avoiding eye contact with Naruto. Oh, really? That's why we're here too. I wonder what they need us for, questions Naruto, looking around for the meeting room. After a short stroll in the academy hallways, the three Genins found the meeting room and entered it. As they entered, the three Genin saw many familiar faces. In the room, they saw Kiba, Shino, Sakura, Ino, Choji, Shikamaru, the three Jonin senseis, and the third Hokage. You're late, says Kakashi to Naruto and Sasuke, while Kurenai kindly leads Hinata to Team 8. Like you're one to talk, always being late, Naruto grumbles under his breath as he and Sasuke walk over to where Sakura and Kakashi are. Now that you are all here, I will start explaining why I've gathered you all, said the third Hokage. Today, I brought you here for a certain program we recently developed. This program is made to further develop your teamwork skills for unprecedented situations in the future. As you may all know, prior to becoming a Jonin, all ninjas are required to operate in 4-man teams. These teams are formed from the day you graduate the academy, so you may grow close to your teammates and have well worked out strategies when dealing with difficult situations. But there will eventually be a time where you won't be working with your usual teammates, yet still be required to perform excellent teamwork skills and complete the mission at hand. This is why we developed this program. During the next 2 weeks within the Team Exchange program, all of you will be randomly slotted into a team within this pool of students. You may get a different sensei with different approaches to things, or you may be put on a team with people you hate. But at the end of the day, you are all required to work with them and complete those missions. Any questions? Asks the third Hokage, looking at the group of students before him. These teams won't be permanent, right? Like, after the program's over, we'll still be back into our assigned teams? Asks Sakura, worrying about her dream team. Don't worry. This is just a program to see if you are flexible enough to work with different people in a short amount of time. It is only temporary. Any more questions? Asks the third Hokage, who was greeted with no response. Good. Now all of you, go up one by one and grab a slip of paper from that box without peeking. After picking your number, stand in the circle that has your number, says the third Hokage, pointing to the box, then to the 3 circles. After the third Hokage gave his order, the Genins lined up and proceeded to go pick their numbers. Team Kakashi's members went first, with Sasuke leading, followed by Naruto and Sakura. Alright, what do I get? Sasuke wonders out loud as he pulls out a slip of paper and walks towards the circle 1 to 3. Naruto, seeing that Sasuke walked through the circles with numbers from 1 to 3, hoped to get those numbers. Come on, 1, 2, or 3, 1, 2, or 3, thinks Naruto as he grabs a slip of paper. 9? Naruto exclaims out loud. Couldn't have been farther off, he groans. Then Sakura walks up and picks her number. Yes, 3! Sakura yells as she walks over towards Sasuke, jumping happily. Hee hee hee, luck is really on my side. I can't wait to see Ino's face when she sees that I'm still with Sasuke, thinks Sakura, only to see Ino walking towards her circle. Heh, look at this billboard brows, says Ino, throwing her slip of paper at Sakura. What? 2? Sakura reads out loud in shock. Haha, Sasuke-kun's all gonna be mine, whispers Ino into Sakura's ear, which completely shatters Sakura's mindscape. After 2 minutes, everyone had picked their slips of paper and joined the circle. Team 7 2.0 included Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura, and Ino. Team 8 2.0 composed of Kurenai, Naruto, Choji, and Hinata. And last but not least, Team 10 2.0 consisted of Asuma, Shikamaru, Shino, Kiba, and Akamaru. Alright, for the next 2 weeks, this will be your new team. Get to know them, their strength and weaknesses, and form a functioning squad. Now, go follow your Jonin sensei and introduce yourselves to them. You are all dismissed, the third Hokage says, at the ninja training grounds. After the third Hokage dismissed the newly formed teams, each group's Jonin sensei led their team to their individual training ground for a short icebreaker. So, isn't this where we talk about what we like, hate, what our goals and hobbies are? Asks Naruto, slowing down as the team arrives at their specific training ground. No, since you all know each other from the academy, I thought we should just tell each other about our skills and what we are capable of. Why don't I start us off? My name is Kurenai Yuhi. I specialize in Genjutsu, and I'm considered one of the greatest in the village. I specialize in confusing the enemy in order to allow my teammates to deal the finishing blow. I prefer mid to far range assaults, explains Kurenai. Now, why don't you go, Uchiha Naruto? She adds. Sure. My name is Uchiha Naruto. I possess the one-tomo Sharingan and have mastered an array of fire style and wind style techniques. I specialize in heavy ninjutsu barrage, then getting close and finishing the enemy off. I prefer close to mid-range fighting, explains Naruto. Oh, 2 chakra types at his age? Impressive. So the rumors I heard about the Sharingan twins are true, thinks Kurenai. Why don't you go next, Hyuga Hinata? Suggests Kurenai. Oh, me? Okay, my name is Hyuga Hinata. I have my clan's special dojutsu, the Byakugan. I'm mostly a close-range combat fighter, and I'm not that good at it yet. Other than that, I don't have many skills like you guys, Hinata admits shyly. I guess I'm next, since everyone else has gone. My name is Choji Akamichi. I'm the heir to the Akamichi clan. I inherited my clan's special jutsu, so I specialize in close-range combat and sometimes mid-ranged, Choji says, opening and finishing another bag of chips. Alright, seems like you 3 all have great sets of abilities. Remember what your teammates said today. I would like to see all 3 of you shine bright during the next 2 weeks, reminds Kurenai, looking down at the 3 genins with a bright smile. Anyways, you all should get some rest and a day off. Go home, and tomorrow we'll have our first mission as Team 8 2.0, exclaims Kurenai, before body flickering away. Well, bye guys, gonna go train now. See you tomorrow, says Naruto, disappearing as well. Oh, bye Choji, says Hinata shyly, before also leaving the training grounds. I wonder how it's like to work with this new team, Choji mutters to himself, while munching on his bag of chips. No. I bet Naruto has gotten a whole lot stronger this time. I would really like to see just how much stronger he's gotten, mutters Choji as he finishes the bag of chips in his hands and leaves as well. At the Uchiha compound. After that short meeting with his new team, Naruto quickly heads back to the Uchiha compound and enters his house, where he sees Sasuke in a near-dead form, face down on the kitchen table. Sasuke, did something happen? Asks Naruto, completely mind-blown by Sasuke's demented posture. Yeah, Sakura and Ino happened. You don't know how lucky you are to have been able to avoid a team with those 2 girls. They constantly shouted at each other, with me in the middle. I think my eardrums have been completely shattered, groaned Sasuke, turning his soulless face to Naruto. Oh, that's why. Yikes. Sorry, man. You just need to tough it out for the next 2 weeks. There's nothing I can do, replies Naruto, walking over to the refrigerator and grabbing a few ingredients. Now, are you gonna help me prepare lunch or continue sulking your soul away? Asks Naruto. Okay, I'll help. But still, being stuck with Miss Fangirl and Mr. Lost on the Path of Life was bad enough. But now I'm stuck with another fangirl? Worst of all, you left my team. Whatever. No use crying over spilled milk. Let's quickly finish lunch and go back to training. I think that's the only way I'll regain my motivation, explained Sasuke, standing up to help Naruto with lunch. Okay, since you're so down, let's have a big steak then. Some juicy steak and some sweet vegetables will always cheer you up, says Naruto, pulling out the holy grail of meat from the fridge. Yeah, that definitely sounds good, replies Sasuke, already able to taste the A5 Wagyu steak. After finishing the finest dinner possible, Sasuke quickly recovers from a shock of unbelievably bad luck. With his energy and motivation replenished, he and Naruto quickly change into their training clothes and heads to train. The 2 Uchihas, like always, trained for an excessive amount of time. Once the sun went down, the two sweaty genins returned home, cooked up dinner, took a hot bath, and went to bed, allowing their bodies to recuperate from their intense training session. 10 days later. For the next 10 days, the Rookie 9 would go on missions with their new teams, each one functioning in their own way. Team 10 2.0, led by Asuma, was doing quite well. Under Asuma's domineering leadership, Shikiba, Shino, Shikamaru would complete all the assigned missions in due time, with only some occasional arguments on insignificant problems. Team 8 2.0, led by Kurenai, did exceptionally well. With Naruto's immense skill and power, paired with commendable cooperation by taking advantage of his teammates' strengths and weaknesses, Team 8 2.0 finished every mission fairly quickly. Team 7 2.0, led by Kakashi, however, was a total train wreck. With Kakashi's nonchalant attitude towards Sakura and Ino's constant bickering over Sasuke, the team was basically getting nothing done. During the dozen missions they took on, most of Sakura and Ino's energy were used to yell at each other, instead of actually completing the mission. Lucky for them, Sasuke was strong enough to get things done on his own, or else the team would have completed less than half the missions they did. What was even worse is that every day the two fangirls would get into an even bigger argument than the day before, yelling at each other like the world was about to end. Because of this, each day when Naruto came home, he would find Sasuke always as if he just went through hell. Inside the Hidden Leaf Village, today's mission is a request from a family of farmers. This family recently had an important member pass away, resulting in them needing extra manpower to harvest their crops. This mission will last the remaining 3 days of this program, as this family's farm is extremely large. During this duration, we will be provided with a place to stay and food, as the farm is located on the outskirts of the village. This family specifically requested the 2 Uchihas be put on this mission, but due to Kakashi's team already accepting another mission, we could only bring 1. And of course, we will be rewarded for helping them with this harvest. They promised to pay the village 20% of their harvest for the help. This mission will be abnormally long, so remember to bring anything you will need for the next 3 days, including some ninja tools, reminds Kurenai. Now, go start packing and meet me back here in 10 minutes, she says, while scanning the request paper for anything she might have missed. Got it, the 3 ninjas exclaim in unison. Then they headed off. I wonder why those farmers asked for me and Sasuke specifically, wonders Naruto, as he leaves to get prepared. Meanwhile, achoo! Sneezes Sasuke. Damn it, don't tell me I've got a cold because of how long I've been waiting here, Sasuke grumbles, looking around searching for any signs of Kakashi. Oh Sasuke, are you okay? Here, use this handkerchief, says Sakura in a sweet tone, walking towards Sasuke with a pink handkerchief in her hand. No, take mine, says Ino, jumping into the fray and knocking Sakura aside, holding her own yellow handkerchief. Hey, Sasuke's taking mine, not yours, Ino pig, yells Sakura, completely forgetting to give Sasuke the handkerchief. What do you mean he's taking yours? He's obviously gonna take mine, right Sasuke? Questions Ino in an angry tone, turning her head towards Sasuke. You're taking mine, right Sasuke? Questions Sakura, raising her voice and turning her head towards Sasuke. Sasuke, the prey of both fangirls' glares, is completely overwhelmed by their stupidity and chooses not to answer. Answer us! Sakura and Ino yell, now directing their anger at Sasuke. Kill me, Sasuke thinks, turning around preparing to escape. 10 minutes later, finally finished gathering their baggage, Naruto, Choji, and Hinata returned to the place where Kurenai-sensei said to meet. Alright, you got your things? Kurenai asks, which the 3 genins nod to. Okay then, let's head off, she says, leading the way to the faraway farm. 1 hour later. Just a note, I've expanded the size of the Hidden Leaf Village by a lot. That is why it's going to take a few hours for them to arrive at the farm. After traveling for a whole hour, Choji insisted on taking a break with the excuse that nature's calling. Although everyone knew it was just that Choji was hungry and needed some rest. Seeing that the team traveled non-stop for some time, Kurenai announced to the team that they would take a short break and eat their packed lunch. After Kurenai told them to rest, Choji immediately took out his massive lunchbox, and everyone else followed. After a few minutes, Naruto walked over to Kurenai looking as if something was bothering him. "Hey, Kurenai-sensei," Naruto calls out, walking over with his lunchbox. "Yeah? What is it? You want to ask me something?" asks Kurenai, looking up at the standing Naruto. "It's about what you said when briefing us on the mission. During the briefing, you said something about the farmer specifically requested for me and my brother. Was there a reason for that?" asks Naruto, finally getting his doubt out. "We were actually suspicious about the same thing, which was why we sent a Chunin to check on them. But in the end, when the Chunin returned, there was no info indicating anything fishy was happening," answers Kunai. "Of course, you can never be too careful, which is why I asked you guys to bring your ninja tools as well. Does this answer your question?" she adds. "Yeah, thanks," replies Naruto, turning around and continuing to eat his lunch. Once Teammate 2.0 finished their break and replenished their strength, the team of ninjas continued their journey to the farm. Eventually, they arrived at the very outskirts of the village within another hour. "Whoa, that's big," says Naruto, looking over the massive fields of rice and other crops. "Oh yeah, they better be feeding me a lot of this while I'm here," explains Choji, munching on his favorite flavor of barbecue chips while admiring all the crops. "Now that we are here, let's go meet the people who hired us," orders Kurenai, making her way towards the house located in the center of the farm. Kurenai then approaches the door and knocks on it. "Who is it?" asks a voice from behind the door. "We are the group of ninjas you hired," replies Kurenai. "My name's Kurenai Yuhi, leader of temporary teammate," she explains. "Oh, it's you people. Come in, come in, come in," says the old man as he opens the door. "We have been waiting for your arrival," greets the old man. After his greeting, Teammate 2.0 enters the house. Holding their belongings, Teammate 2.0 follows the old man around the house while he shows them the important rooms like the dining area, the restrooms, living area, and eventually the sleeping area. "Here is the second floor. Over here are your rooms, one for the ladies and one for the men. It's not the best, but it's all we have," the old man says, showing them two large rooms directly facing each other. Inside the two rooms were only a few blankets and pillows, a very bland and simple room. "Here's the bathhouse. Oh, and here's the kitchen," the old man continues, stopping his tour at the dinner table. "This place is pretty upscale for something so far away from the village. Of course, it can't compare to the Uchiha compound," thinks Naruto as he looks around. "If you need anything, just ask us. We would be glad to help," says the old man to the team of ninjas. "Hey, you keep on saying we, but we've only seen you here. Is there someone else?" asks Naruto. "If so, who?" he questions. "Oh, that would be replies the old man before getting cut off. "That would be me," says a voice from behind Naruto. "What? I didn't even sense her presence. How does she get behind me?" thinks Naruto, being surprised by the sudden appearance of a young girl. Turning around, Naruto sees a girl that is right around his age with short purple hair leaning against the wall. "And you are?" asks Naruto, trailing off. "Oh, she's my granddaughter," says the old man in a forced voice. "Okay, team. Now, let's quickly get settled so we can start doing work. Looking at how big the farm is, we probably won't finish within the 3 days limit if we don't start today," says Kurenai, already unpacking her things. "Yes, sensei," replies the three genins in unison. Finish unpacking their things, Team 8 2.0 heads out to work in the fields. Naruto, Hinata, and Choji started working on the front half of the farm, while Kurenai and the old man started working on the back half of the farm. While these five were working on the farm, the young girl stayed in the house preparing the big dinner that would come tonight. 6 hours later. "Damn, that's one hell of a big field," says Naruto, with his back full of sweat from all the work he did. "I agree, that was very tiring work. I can't believe we have to do this type of work for the next 3 days. I'm probably gonna lose like 10 pounds at the end of this," complains Choji, already able to smell the food. "Ah, nothing like an old back-breaking exercise. I haven't had this much physical work since I became a Jonin, exclaims Kurenai. I wonder what Asuma would think. Wait, no, this is a mission. Gotta stay focused, thinks Kurenai. Welcome back from a hard day's of work, Grandpa and Ninjas, greets the young girl. Dinner has already been prepared. The washroom's that way if you want to take a shower. Tonight, I've cooked up a big feast to welcome you for, adds the young girl with respect, pointing to one side of the living room. Thank you very much for your generosity, thanks Kurenai, making her way to the washroom. For the next 15 minutes, the 5 hard workers all took a refreshing shower. After everyone finished cleaning themselves up, all of them gathered at a table where they enjoyed the well-prepared meal. There are extras if you need it, says the girl, sliding bowls of rice towards the 4 ninjas and putting down the plates piled with vegetables, meats, and fish on the table. Here you go, the old man says, giving the 4 ninjas each a pair of chopsticks to eat with. Thanks, says Naruto, grabbing the chopsticks and using them to grab a few pieces of meat and vegetables. Thanks for the feast, exclaims Choji as he starts digging in, quickly depleting the food on the table. This is delicious, Choji adds, with his mouth still full of food. I'm glad you think so. All the ingredients are local. The vegetables come directly from our farm, and the meat comes directly from a neighboring farm. Nothing tastes better than a meal prepared with fresh ingredients, explains the old man. I can see that. This stuff is way better than what me and Sasuke get. Maybe I can ask them to give me some when we are done with this mission, thinks Naruto as he quickly depletes his bowl. Can I have seconds? Asks Naruto, showing his empty bowl. Fifths, please, Choji calls out, surprising everyone. After half an hour, everyone had their fill. Phew, that was amazing. I feel like my stomach's about to explode, Naruto exclaims as he stands up from his seat. Now, time to do some evening training before heading to bed, thinks Naruto, walking back out to the fields to do some exercise. After another 30 minutes of physical exercise, Naruto went back to the room and met up with Choji. Hey Naruto, done with your training? Asks Choji, sitting on his blanket holding 3 large bags of chips. Oh, that wasn't really training. I just did some basic exercise to help me digest the food better. It was getting dark, replies Naruto, changing his clothes and getting ready for bed. Oh, okay. Anyways, want some food? Suggests Choji, holding out one of the 3 bags of chips. No thanks. We need to get a good night's sleep tonight so we can work our best tomorrow. Remember, Choji, this is still a mission, reminds Naruto. Oh yeah, okay then, says Choji, putting his chips away, pulling his blanket over himself, and going to sleep. So rowdy. 1 second still eating, and the next asleep. Whatever. Time to go to sleep, thinks Naruto, doing the same as Choji. The next day, 7 a.m. Early in the morning, while the sun was still rising, Teammate 2.0 woke up from their slumber. Taking advantage that the sun wasn't at its peak, Naruto, along with his team, immediately went to work on the fields. While they worked, the team split into 2 halves. The first half, Naruto, Choji, and Hinata, worked on the front half of the farm, while the second half, Kurenai and the old man, worked on the back half of the farm. It has been well over 30 minutes since the team started working, when Naruto suddenly had an idea. Alright, this field is too large. Simply cutting every crop with these heavy scissors isn't going to do it. I need to find another way, thinks Naruto, standing back up straight from his previously bent down position and stopping his work. After only a few seconds of thought, Naruto quickly thought of a solution. Alright, it's time to test this idea out, says Naruto, putting down the heavy scissors and giving himself a long stretch. Test out an idea? Choji and Hinata wonder aloud, standing back up from their bent position as well and looking over at Naruto. After his short stretch, Naruto then immediately activates his Sharingan and pulls out his kunai. With his Sharingan activated and his swift kunai in his hands, Naruto begins running through the rows of crops, cutting down dozens of them every second by his 2 sides. With the Sharingan enhancing my visual powers and speed, along with this light kunai instead of those heavy scissors, I can harvest these crops in no time, thinks Naruto to himself as he runs through the herds of crops, cutting them down with ease. While Naruto was showing off his new strategy, The other two genins watch Naruto with admiration and disbelief. That's it! If we use our ninja skills to harvest these crops, it will be much quicker and easier, realizes Choji as he drops his own pair of heavy scissors and starts gathering chakra. Partial expansion jutsu! Choji yells as his right hand quickly increases in size. Extending out his expanded right hand, Choji spins in a circle, clearing a massive patch of crops around him. Crops in the hundreds drop to the ground as Choji opens his massive hands. Heh, at this rate, I'll be done with a day's work in no time, exclaims Choji, looking for another patch to clear. They're incredible, thinks Hinata, while silently admiring her two teammates. Both Naruto and Choji are able to adapt to this new environment so quickly, to be able to work with such efficiency. I wish I could do that, but I don't have the abilities like them. Even if I use my limited set of skills, I doubt they can help me work any faster, thinks Hinata, as she goes back to her own work, continuing to use the hefty pair of scissors she was provided to cut the crops. With this new, easy, and efficient way of harvesting, time flew by in Naruto and Choji's minds. Within the scheduled time between waking up and breakfast, both Naruto and Choji finished their whole day's work on the fields. Hinata, on the other hand, barely got her morning share done. After breakfast, it was noon. The sun was at its brightest, and the heat was by the least sweltering. Naruto and Choji, with their whole day's work done, spent this time at a nearby lake, avoiding being under the scorching sun. Hinata, though, forced herself to work through the morning heat and continued to harvest the crops. After another few hours, it was lunchtime. When lunch came, the three genins gathered back at the farmhouse. After another delicious and filling meal, Naruto, Hinata, and Choji went back to work. This time, though, Naruto and Choji decided to finish their tomorrow day's worth of work as well, so they could relax tomorrow. Hinata, continuing with what she did throughout the whole day, still used those hefty scissors to patiently cut and harvest the crops. Soon, it was nightfall. As the sun set, our team of workers returned for dinner. Naruto and Choji throughout the day finished all their field work, leaving tomorrow as just a free day to themselves. Hinata throughout the day, however, only finished her whole day's worth of work, meaning she would have to resume her work again tomorrow. After their second dinner at the massive farmhouse, Teammate 2.0 each took a short bath before heading to bed, concluding their second day on the mission. During the night, it is now some time after midnight. The moon is full and shining bright, with its lunar lights raining upon the massive field. Outside the farmhouse in the nearby woods, faint sounds of quick punches and deep breathing could be heard. What is that sound? Thinks Naruto, woken up by the faint sounds outside the farm. Could it be someone infiltrating? An assassin? Wonders Naruto, eyes now wide open. I need to go check it out, thinks Naruto, as he quickly gets out of bed and walks out of the room. After silently exiting his room, Naruto walks through the long hallway towards the second floor window where the sound seems to be coming from. As he walks closer and closer to the window, the faint sounds gradually get louder and more audible. Ha! 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 Hears Naruto as he is only 1 meter away from the window. Hearing the familiar voice, Naruto curiously takes a peek from the window and sees a person practicing a unique technique. Hinata? Questions Naruto, caught off guard. After noticing that the person making those sounds was Hinata, Naruto felt more assured. But seeing that Hinata was tirelessly practicing in the middle of the night surprised him a lot. Shocked, Naruto simply stood there and continued to observe Hinata as she spun around, releasing chakra from her chakra points. Is she training? Questions Naruto in his mind. As Naruto continued to observe Hinata, he couldn't stop but notice the immense spirit and energy in Hinata's every attempt. Hinata tirelessly repeated the same technique, even though it was clear that she was extremely fatigued. Finally, after a few more moves, Hinata gave in and fell face first onto the ground. Seeing this, Naruto quickly reacted and was sliding the window open to help Hinata, but before he could, he felt the collar of his shirt tighten as he was being pulled and thrown onto the floor. What the hell?
Can't you see that Hinata just fell onto the ground? She's exhausted. We need to go help her, says Naruto, shocked, seeing that Kurenai was the person that pulled him. Listen, Naruto, right now, she doesn't need or want your help. As a matter of fact, it's the exact opposite of what she wants. Do you even know why she's training so hard? It's because she feels inferior to you, and Choji, and everyone else. Everywhere she goes, she feels like she's dragging her teammates down. Even at home, she's constantly berated with insults due to her lack of ability. She can tell she's a burden, and she wants to change that. That's why she's working so hard. If you were to go down there and help her back up, she'll never live it down. She perpetually feels she is inferior, and ever since her sister was born, she's been feeling even more of that. Right now, she's more determined than she ever has been to get stronger, but on her own. So just leave her be, explains Kurenai, looking at the tired Hinata on the ground. Then, to Naruto's surprise, Hinata stood back up. And when she stood back up, her eyes lit an even brighter flame than she did before. Again, mutters Hinata, as she again starts doing the same technique that brought her down on the ground in the first place. Sweat poured down from her head, and even though her body was clearly at its peak, Hinata continued to persevere and train, not wavering even a bit. Looks like everyone's changing. I need to too, realizes Naruto, turning around and starts heading back to his room. Thanks, Kurenai, for making me realize this. Now, I need a good night's sleep so I can train just as hard tomorrow, says Naruto, going back to his room, moving carefully to not wake up Choji. The next day, 7 o'clock. This morning, Naruto woke up early, even though he had no work planned. Carefully standing up to not wake up Choji, Naruto walked out the bedroom and went downstairs, where he then eventually exited the farmhouse. After stepping out of the farmhouse, Naruto turned his attention towards the front field where the last part of the field needed to be harvested, all Hinata's work. Naruto, then thinking of what he saw last night, took out 2 kunais and activated his Sharingan, approaching the last part of the field, deciding to help Hinata with her job. You're not a burden, Hinata. You just need to recognize that, thinks Naruto, running through the rows of crops and cutting them down. As a team, it's our job to help each other out. You shouldn't feel inferior in any way because of that, thinks Naruto, as he continues to cut down the crops. 3 hours later, after 3 long hours of work, Naruto finished just 10 minutes late for breakfast. Entering the kitchen, Naruto saw Kurenai, the granddaughter, the old man, Choji, and Hinata sitting at the kitchen table enjoying breakfast. Hey Choji, so you finally woken up, huh? Says Naruto, waving his still dirty hands from all the field work. Duh, I can't miss the breakfast. If I do, I'll die, replies Choji, receiving a large plate piled with meat and vegetables. Alright, I'm just gonna go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Save some food for me, reminds Naruto as he heads off to the washroom. After cleaning all the dirt off his hands, Naruto walks back to the kitchen where he witnesses Choji trying to eat the last bit of meat and veggies. Hey, what did I say? Exclaims Naruto, rushing towards Choji and knocking him to the ground, taking the plate back for himself. That's mine, yells Choji as he gets up from the ground. Naruto and Choji then proceed to struggle with each other, fighting over the plate of food. Choji, you've already eaten. Just wait for the next round of food. These are mine, says Naruto, holding the plate out of Choji's reach. I'm still hungry. I want food, yells Choji, crawling back up and reaching for the plates. Well, you're not the only one that's hungry, replies Naruto, avoiding Choji's grabs. Listen, you two. If you're going to fight, do it after you're done with your breakfast. There's only going to be more food to come. Just wait for us to finish cooking, orders Kurenai, taking the plate from Naruto's hands. So now, I'll be confiscating this. That way, it'll be fair, she adds. I bet you just took it so you could eat it for yourself, thinks Naruto and Choji as Kurenai clears the plate. After the short scuffle, the group continued to eat breakfast a lot more peacefully, although occasionally, Choji would attempt to steal food from Naruto's plate. After a few failed attempts from Choji, Naruto finally snaps.
Damn it, Choji. You need to stop thinking with your stomach and stop being such a glutton, screams Naruto, only to regret his words immediately after they left his mouth. What was that? That's it! We're fighting right here, right now, screams Choji, as he slams his hand down on the table, causing a small tremor. Yeah, no thanks, replies Naruto, staying in his seat as he continues to enjoy his food. Oh yeah? What happened to your Uchiha pride? Taunts Choji, staring at Naruto. Alright, that's it. We're taking this outside, replies Naruto, getting up from his seat as well and following Choji out. Having a little good practice is good for those two. Old man, I'm going to head out to the fields right now. Can't be slower than the little kids, says Kurenai, standing up. Also, Hinata, I want you to make sure those two don't do anything too stupid, commands Kurenai, heading to the back door. Yes, Kurenai-sensei, replies Hinata, making her way out as well. Outside, on the field. Alright, you prepare to get your butt kicked? Asks Choji, clapping his hands, signifying this is gonna be easy work. Have you mistaken me for a mirror, or are you actually talking to me? Replies Naruto, mocking Choji as he stretches his body, preparing for the fight. Come on, are we gonna do this or not? He adds, fanning his hands, signifying, come at me. Oh yeah, I'm going to destroy you, says Choji, getting into a fighting position. Having not exited the farmhouse yet, Hinata hears Choji and Naruto's declaration of war. Rushing towards the door, she yells, Wait! I haven't finished my section of the farm yet! Find another place too! Begins Hinata, stopping mid-sentence after seeing the empty field through the partially open door. What? Questions Hinata, extremely confused as she didn't remember finishing her section. You're wondering about why your section is cleared, right? Well, that's because... Whoa, says Naruto, getting cut off as he jumps to his left in order to dodge Choji's dropkick. Partial expansion jutsu! Yells Choji, expanding his right arm. Then, in midair, Choji swings his right arm at Naruto, which Naruto blocks with his right arm, but due to the force of impact, was sent flying. After knocking Naruto away, Choji's right arm returned to its original size, giving him better mobility as he charged towards Naruto again. Whoa, that really packed a punch, thinks Naruto, as he sees Choji running towards him. You've really gotten better, Choji, says Naruto, as he connects to the ground, stopping the force from Choji's previous slap. After reaching Naruto, Choji throws a punch at him with his left arm, which Naruto dodges. After dodging to the right, Naruto uses his right leg to kick Choji aside, putting some distance between the both of them. Shadow Clone Jutsu, says Naruto, creating dozens of clones, sending them all at Choji. Human Boulder, says Choji, growing into a large ball and rolling towards a small army of clones, sending them all flying and reverting back to smoke. Fire style, Fireball Jutsu, screams Naruto, shooting a big fireball at Choji. Poof! Did I go too far? Is he hurt? Wonders Naruto, witnessing the fireball make contact and creating a puff of smoke. This was when a giant arm came flying out the smoke, directly aimed at Naruto. Relying on his instincts, Naruto was barely able to dodge the attack. So that's what he did. After noticing my fireball, Choji stopped in his tracks and used his partial expansion jutsu to wave off the flames. After that, Choji used a smoke screen to create a sneak attack. Smart, Choji, analyzes Naruto, landing onto the ground after dodging Choji's attack. I really thought I would have gotten you with that one, Naruto, but isn't it about time you got serious? Says Choji, as he fans away the smoke with his large hand. Fine, if you want me to, replies Naruto, activating his Sharingan. But don't expect me to go easy on you, he adds, as he blurs away. What? He disappeared! Where's he? Wonders Choji, as he frantically scans the area. While Choji scanned the area, he suddenly felt a slight push from the ground underneath him, warning him of what's to come. Taking in this hint, Choji quickly reacted and was able to dodge Naruto's sneak attack from beneath. You dodged it, huh? Naruto grumbles as he pops out from the ground. Taking advantage of the soft soil underneath us, huh? Exclaims Choji. You really picked up a few tricks during this time, haven't you, Naruto? He adds. I could say the same for you, replies Naruto, giving Choji a smirk. Time continued, and as the two fought, Hinata simply watched from the sidelines in awe of their growth. Those two are amazing. Their speed, power, timing of attacks, and strategies is phenomenal. They've learned so much, thinks Hinata, as her eyes stay locked on to the fight. Back with the fight between Naruto and Choji, it was clear that Naruto had an edge in speed, while Choji had an edge in strength and stamina. Naruto, taking advantage of this, ran around Choji, landing quick but precise blows, while Choji tried to tank them all down. Fire style, Phoenix Flower Jutsu, yells Naruto, shooting multiple small fireballs at Choji. Partial expansion Jutsu, yells Choji, expanding both arms and using them to fan away the incoming fireballs. Something Choji didn't expect was that this time, Naruto increased the chakra output, resulting in Choji's hands not able to fan away the flames. Ow, 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 hot! Complains Choji, frantically shaking his hands to get rid of the flames. Noticing Choji's wavering focus, Naruto summoned an army of 12 clones, sending most of them towards Choji. More clones? This is annoying, complains Choji, finally distinguishing the flames on his hands. Choji then starts fending off Naruto's army of clones. Now's our chance, says the original Naruto to his leftover clones. Just as Choji knocked away Naruto's army of clones with another expansion technique, Naruto and his other squadron of clones shot 3 fireballs at the stationary Choji, resulting in a massive smoke screen. While Choji tried to fan away the smoke, an unexpected Naruto clone appeared in front of him, kicking him on the chin and sending him upwards, undoing his partial expansion jutsu. Alright, the plan is in motion, thinks Naruto, gesturing to his clones, signifying the start of the plan. With well-practiced coordination, one of Naruto's clones launched the real Naruto into the air like a rocket. Using this external speed, Naruto quickly rises above Choji, and while they were both in midair, Naruto uses a downward kick, smashing Choji into the ground. Now, Choji, time to eat dirt, says Naruto, trailing off as he spins and kicks Choji on the stomach, sending him flying downwards. After you hit the ground, my remaining 3 clones will finish you off. It's your loss, explains Naruto, watching Choji as he falls into the clone trap beneath him. Heh, well you miscalculated, Naruto, replies Choji. Human boulder, yells Choji, as he expands in a circular shape and smashes into the ground, destroying all of Naruto's clones. Overestimating the ground's sturdiness, Choji smashes through the soil, breaking through what seemed to be a layer of flat stone with a lot of space underneath. Ow! Who made such a big cave underneath here? Groans Choji, as he sits in a dark room with what seems to be 10 meters below the ground. Hey Choji, are you okay? That fall seemed pretty painful, yells Naruto from outside the hole. Yeah, I'm alright, replies Choji as his eyes adjust to the darkness. Hey Naruto, you might want to come down here. It seems this is not just some random cave, adds Choji as he starts standing up. Really? What does it look like? Asks Naruto, now really curious. Well, first of all, there are a bunch of weird scratches all on the walls. It seems like some tally of some kind. This place looks like a jail room or something. I actually fell onto a bed, which helped cushion the impact, explains Choji, telling Naruto what he saw. Hey Hinata, can you use your Byakugan to check this thing out? Asks Naruto, gesturing Hinata to come closer. Yeah, activate, says Hinata, activating her Byakugan and studying what was underneath. Well? Asks Naruto, noticing Hinata has been staring at the ground for quite some time. It appears to be some kind of underground labyrinth. This room Choji is in isn't the only one. There are many more identical to it. Between the rooms seems to be a long hallway leading to a bigger and wider space, answers Hinata, still exploring the massive underground base. Oh really? Hey Choji, we're coming in, screams Naruto, grabbing Hinata by the hand and jumping into the big hole.
Hold on, says Hinata as she falls into the hole. Let's go, says Naruto, excited at this new, unexpected turn of events.
Half an hour later with Kurunai, while Naruto, Choji, and Hinata were supposedly working in the front, Kurunai and the old man were working in the back. Harvest was normal until the granddaughter interrupted, bringing 2 glasses of cold water. "Hey Grandpa and Miss Kurunai, I got you some cool water to cool you down," greets the granddaughter, approaching Kurunai first and handing her a glass of water. "Thank you," replies Kurunai, accepting the glass of water and starts drinking. "Here you go," says the granddaughter, heading over to the old man and handing him the other glass of water. "Oh, thanks," replies the old man, not drinking the water, but turning his head towards Kurunai, who was enjoying her cold glass of water. "That was refreshing," exclaims Kurunai, putting down the glass, when suddenly she starts feeling dizzy and begins to sway. "Oh, hold on. Why do I feel so drowsy? What's happening?" mutters Kurunai before falling unconscious and collapsing on the soil. "All right, mission complete," cheers the granddaughter, putting her hands together to form a sign. In a puff of smoke, the originally young girl transformed into a man that seemed around 20 years of age. The old man, seeing that Kurunai has fallen unconscious, kneels on the ground with his hands together and begs. I followed your orders. Now please let my granddaughter go," the old man pleads. "I'll naturally give you back your granddaughter, but only once everything is over. Now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to knock you out, just to be sure nothing goes wrong. But I assure you, we will give your granddaughter back just after," says the young man, preparing to knock the old man out. Right as the young man was about to knock out the old man, the young man suddenly felt as if he lost connection with his body, then falling to the ground. Hitting the soil face first, the young man bitterly asks, But how? I made sure to put enough to make you fall asleep," he says. "Oh, easy. I put both of you under my genjutsu after receiving your drink. You really think I won't be able to detect sleeping powder?" explains Kurunai, feeling a bit insulted. "Now, you're going to tell me everything, including what's going on," she adds. "Damn it, I fell right into her trap," the young man complains in his mind. With Naruto, Choji, and Hinata, during this past half an hour, the 3 Genins thoroughly explored this underground facility, entering dozens of rooms identical to the ones they entered from. "This is it. I'm so hungry, I need to go eat," complains Choji, following behind Naruto and Hinata. "Choji, I swear to God, not one more word about food," warns Naruto, unable to hold back his annoyance for Choji's complaints. "I'm just saying I'm hungry and we should leave back to the farm," explains Choji, trying to give an excuse so he could leave the group. "Well, technically, we are still at the farm, but just under it. Anyways, we aren't going back. Aren't you curious about what this massive underground base has? We have been exploring it for like half an hour, and there's still more. There's no way I'm leaving without finding out the root of this place," exclaims Naruto as he stops to a halt. "Finally, a new room! The previous rooms along this hallway have all been on our sides, but this time, it's right in front of us. This room should be the last one. Choji, toughen up," says Naruto as he pushes open the door. With a gentle push, the metal door swung open, and inside the room was a disastrous scene. Even though it was dark, Naruto and Hinata and Choji could tell this place has been abandoned for a long time. There were disorganized notes, broken glass, and random objects all over the floor, almost completely covering it. Honestly, it was a miracle that the door even opened with this amount of blockage. "This place is a mess," says Naruto as he trudges through the covered ground. "What is all this?" adds Naruto as he curiously picks up a small booklet and starts reading its contents. Hashirama cells gives vessel wood release, increased strength, enhanced stamina, and self-regeneration. So far, there hasn't been any progress with Hashirama cell injections. All patients reject the cells and die. Next line. Sharingan implantations. Consumes too much chakra. Non-Uchiha vessels are unable to deactivate the Sharingan, resulting in death by chakra exhaustion. Hashirama cells should negate this drawback, but an appropriate vessel has not been found, reads Naruto, processing what weird experiments he was just reading. Flipping past another few pages, Naruto sees a diagram of a human body with the left side completely crossed out. What is all this? Wonders Naruto, curiously flipping through the book, scanning for more important information. Hey, Naruto, look at that! Isn't that your clan's name? Asks Choji, as he points at a nearby label. Wait, what? Replies Naruto, slipping the book into his pocket and turning to face where Choji is pointing. Genki Uchiha, reads Naruto from a broken jar. Don't tell me this is, thinks Naruto, his blood now boiling. Wanting to get a closer look, Naruto walks towards the broken jar, and to his horror, a massive shelf filled with the same looking jars revealed themselves as he got closer. Hai Uchiha, Horato Uchiha, Hana Uchiha. Were my Uchiha brethren using experiments? Screams Naruto, now bursting with anger. Hey Naruto, are you okay? Asks Hinata, feeling Naruto's spike in chakra and walking towards him. Calming down and regaining his composure, Naruto replies, Yeah, I'm fine, while gritting his teeth. Let's go a bit further, says Naruto, and find the bastard who did this to my clan members, thinks Naruto, finishing his last sentence in his head. Half scared and creeped out, Hinata and Choji follow closely behind Naruto as he leads the group down a short flight of stairs going deeper into the facility. After descending the flight of stairs, the three Genins continue down a short path before reaching another or final room. But before they open it, Naruto suddenly stops. Wait, hold on, I think I hear something. Someone's here. We need to be extremely quiet, whispers Naruto, making some hand gestures to give directions. The three Genin then slowly opened the metal door in front of them, and slipped through as fast as they could, reflexively darting to the shadows. Once everyone made it past the door, Naruto quietly led the group further into the room. After walking about 20 steps, Naruto, Hinata, and Choji sees the granddaughter of the farmer tied to a chair with a tall man walking around her. Isn't that the granddaughter of the farmer? How's she even here? I need to bust her out, thinks Naruto, giving the group some directions. Finished with his directions, Naruto jumps out of the shadows and kicks the skinny man to the ground. In quick succession, Naruto launches another kick while Hinata and Choji rescue the granddaughter. Having retrieved the hostage, Naruto and crew make a run for it. What in the world? Exclaims the skinny man, surprised at the existence of another person. Like hell I'm letting you go. Chosuke, get out of here, says the skinny man, turning towards the escaping Genins. The skinny man then extends his rubber-like arms, grabbing Naruto's head and pulling him back just when he was about to leave the room. Naruto! Screams Choji, watching Naruto being pulled back. Hinata, take the granddaughter out of here and find Kurenai-sensei. I'm gonna go help Naruto, orders Choji, turning around to go help him. I will get Kurenai-sensei here, thinks Hinata, moving even quicker with the granddaughter in her hands. Back in the room. What the hell? This guy's arms is stretching, thinks Naruto, as he struggles to get the arm off his head. Bet you're wondering how this is happening, right? This is the rubber body jutsu. I don't know how you got here, but this jutsu allows me to stretch any part of my body, so don't you think of escaping, says the skinny man, dragging Naruto all the way from the door to the middle of the room, then throwing him onto the ground. Naruto, damn it! Partial expansion jutsu! Shouts Choji, expanding his right arm and aiming his punch at the skinny man. But, to Choji's surprise, from the shadows of the room, a large man appears and blocks Choji's attacks. I'm your opponent, declares the large man, as he blocks Choji's punch and begins to engage in combat with Choji. You're finally here, Chosuke. That took you long enough. You just let our hostage escape. But it doesn't matter, cause this kid in front of me is the Uchiha we're looking for. Right, Uchiha Naruto? Asks the skinny man, picking Naruto up from the ground and throwing him at a wooden chair. Naruto! Calls Choji, before the wide man Chosuke grabs his face, covering his mouth. Hold on, Botaro. You already found him? Questions Chosuke as he throws Choji onto a wall. Chosuke, you thick skull. Didn't you hear that chubby kid beside you call this kid Naruto? How do you not remember our target's name? Whatever. Now all we need to do is bring Naruto to him and it'll all be over. We'll be free, cheers Botaro, staring at Naruto with the eyes of a predator. Why am I their target? What do they want with me? Wait, thinks Naruto, trailing off. You're the people who were doing the research, weren't you? I won't forgive you, says Naruto, standing up and activating his Sharingan. That's the Sharingan, thinks Chosuke and Botaro in unison. Fire style, great fireball jutsu, yells Naruto, breathing in an incredible amount of air before blowing out a giant fireball twice as large as any he's ever made. Impressive, but not good enough. Earth style, mud wall, yells the wide man Chosuke. Jutsus like this won't work on me, adds Chosuke, only for him to get slapped in the face. I'm your opponent, remember? You said it yourself, screams Choji, as his expanded slap sends Chosuke rolling across the room. Chosuke! Damn it, you little brat! I'll destroy you! Says Botaro, not expecting Naruto to come down above him, giving him a hard kick on the head. Moving quickly after his kick, Naruto spins around to the front of Botaro, takes hold of Botaro's head, then pulls it down towards his knee. Crack! Sounds Botaro's nose as it breaks. Finishing his attack, Naruto leaps away from the stumbling Botaro, landing beside Choji, while Botaro bumps into Chosuke as well. You little shit! I'll kill you! Screams Botaro, wincing in pain when touching his face. Calm down, Botaro. Stay focused on the mission, Chosuke says, calming Botaro down. Yeah, got it. Stay focused at what's on the line, says Botaro, taking a deep breath. Let's do this, Botaro says, extending his arm towards Naruto. You really think I'd fall for the same trick twice? Says Naruto, as he predicts the trajectory of Botaro's arm and dodges it with ease. Then, unexpectedly, another arm emerges from the wall to Naruto's right, reaching for Naruto. What? Another one? Thinks Naruto, looking over at Botaro just to see him having his left arm stuck in the wall. Unable to completely dodge in time, Naruto's ankle was grabbed by Botaro's left arm. Gotcha! Exclaimed Botaro, retracting his left arm while holding Naruto. Through Botaro's left hand, Naruto gets pulled through the walls to where the two enemies stood, continuously being smashed against the rocks within the wall. Earth style, fist rock jutsu! Exclaims Chosuke, as his right arm gets covered by rocks, preparing himself to land a heavy punch at the incoming Naruto. I won't let you, says Choji, as he expands his right hand and aims to slap both Botaro and Chosuke. Being confined to stay in one spot when pulling a person, Botaro forcefully lets go of Naruto in order to avoid Choji's attack. Thanks, Choji. If it wasn't for you, that would have been pretty bad, says Naruto, crawling up the wall with blood coming down his right side. Naruto, are you okay? Asks Choji, as he arrives beside Naruto, who was getting out of the wall. Do I look okay to you? Replies Naruto, stepping out onto the floor. What happened to your thanks just now? Whatever. Let's just hope Hinata's on her way back with Kunai. I don't know if we can last much longer, says Choji, holding Naruto up. That's true, says Naruto. Just where are they? Actually, could it be possible that there are more people like these two? Did Hinata run into one? Wonders Naruto, holding his bloody right arm. Then, while Naruto was still lost in thought, Chosuke jumped in with his right fist encased in stone. Move, Naruto! Shouts Choji, pushing Naruto aside as the stone fist smashes Choji into the wall. Choji! Calls out Naruto. I may be too hurt to fight, but my clones can. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Says Naruto, creating a small army of clones. Shadow clones? Damn it! Complains Chosuke, jumping away while he simultaneously fends off the army of clones. As Naruto's clones flooded Chosuke, holding him off, Naruto, leaning against the wall, made his way towards Choji, hoping he was okay. Once he got to Choji though, Naruto saw him only unconscious, Luckily, nothing too bad. Thank God, we need to get out of here, says Naruto, picking up Choji and wrapping Choji's arm around his shoulder. Crap, you're really heavy. Try to lose some weight, says Naruto, supporting Choji as best as he could. Hey kid, that was quite a lot of clones you made. Too bad they weren't a match for me. You put in a good fight, but now it's come to an end, says Chosuke, approaching Naruto and Choji from behind, grabbing them, then throwing them over to Bortoro. Sorry kids, didn't want to do this, but it's for our freedom. All I hope is that you'll live a better life later on. Who am I kidding? Judging by who you're going to, it's going to be 10 times worse, grumbles Chosuke as he sits down beside the two Genins, one unconscious and the other one extremely beat up. All we have to do is wait for the boss now. He should be down any time. After all, today was supposed to be the day our plan was put into motion, says Bortoro. Hold on, boss? Is there another one? There's no chance of us getting out of here. Me and Choji are already this beat up, we can't fight anymore. Hinata also has most likely be taken out, thinks Naruto in his mind. So, the Uchiha bride is here, huh? You guys did a great job. Guess that girl wasn't lying, hears Naruto from behind him. Girl? He crossed paths with Hinata? Damn, we're so doomed, thinks Naruto as he looks at the man standing by the doorway who is walking towards him. Boss Kazu! Yes! It took some time, but we got them, Bortoro says with a smile. Now, can we finally be free? Oh! Why, boss? Bortoro trails off as he gets kneed in the stomach and instantly knocked out. You bastard! You just knocked out Bortoro, Chosuke says before falling onto the ground, asleep. Phew, they weren't as strong as Hinata said. Now Naruto, we'll need to get you and Choji to a hospital ASAP. It seems you are both really roughed up, says Kazu with his arms at his hips. Who are you? How do you know our names? Questions Naruto. Oh, oops. Guess I should have get rid of this genjutsu, says Kazu, releasing the genjutsu and revealing that he was actually Kurenai. Kurenai-sensei! But how? Asks Naruto, confused beyond belief. Well, the boss they were talking about was actually disguised as the granddaughter of the old man. On the surface a few minutes ago, that boss tried to get rid of me, but I took care of him. After asking a few questions, I came down here where I met Hinata, who told me you two were in trouble and where to go. Then I came here and saw you guys were captured, so I put up a genjutsu, making the four of you see me as the boss, and the rest is history. Now come on, we need to get you out of here, along with those two, says Kurenai, taking some rope and tying the two unconscious men together. Now, how am I going to carry this big guy? She wonders. Oh, I can do that. Shadow Clone Jutsu! Exclaims Naruto, making 10 clones and sending them to pick up the big guy. Are you sure you have enough chakra? Asks Kurenai, worried. Yeah, I still got plenty. It was only because of this cramped space that rendered me unable to use my full power, says Naruto, limping out of the room while supporting Choji to stand up. He really is a genius. He still has so much chakra after such an exhausting battle. When he grows up, he's gonna be an absolute monster, thinks Kurenai, following Naruto and his army of clones out. And this, guys, is where I'm going to end What If Naruto Was an Uchiha, Part 17. Before you go, remember to subscribe to my channel because according to YouTube, only 18% of my viewers do. By subscribing, you will get notified when the next video comes out, so you don't miss the next part. Also, this video could most possibly be the last video during winter break. I will still try my best to squeeze another video out before school starts, but don't get your hopes up. This will be the end of this video, so until next time, see ya!